What's up, everybody? I got a huge, beautiful panel tonight. Let's go. And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Purple Pod, episode 61, number one show in the world for day and started right here in Dallas, Texas. Please make sure to like the video on y'all's way in, subscribe, hit the notification bell so y'all will know when the next episodes are coming up. We're now live on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, and YouTube all at the same time. Hey, next week, guys, we will be on Kick, by the way. I'm going to be a change set up, so we'll be on Kick as well. Go sign up for my coaching, guys. If you need any help, I'm doing free calls, so then you can figure out what's going on with my new mentorship. You can book it for free right there in the description. If you want to show support, you can either show support with Patreon, or you can click the join button right now in the YouTube video. That's the best way to probably do it, because then you can get some emojis for the show. If you want to show some other support, you can buy a shirt. Or if you want to listen to us in your car or at work, you can check us out on all the audio platforms. I would probably not put it on speakerphone at work. You will get fired. But yeah, please check out the Instagram right now, though, guys. I got all these beautiful ladies added. I like to always go and see which girl gets clicked the most at the end of the night. So yeah, I get a lot of joy out of that. So please go add them, everybody, on Instagram. Yeah, I got a super beautiful panel, actually, of single ladies, I feel like. Or no, are y'all all single? Who's single? Yeah. You're not single?
I'm in a situationship,
like
mostly single. Okay, so mostly single, guys. And by the way, anybody that needs help with media marketing, if you're a YouTuber or anybody that's trying to grow any type of accounts, Instagram, anything, hit me up. I got a media marketing package for really, really cheap right now, destroying all the competition. And shout out to Donnie, bro. I really appreciate you for producing tonight, man.
Yep.
And Ramar, I really appreciate you for everything you do in the background, man. Thank y'all so much, guys. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and get to these ladies. We start with your name, your age, your education level, what you do for work, and your relationship status. You. What's your name, age, education level, what you do for work?
I'm Lexi. I'm 23. I have an associate's in business and one in pastry arts, and I am a pastry chef. Single until somebody decides to make me not single.
Okay, pastry chef. That's a dope job.
I have a question. Why do you ask about people's education?
I like to know what my competition is like.
We bring it all around in the show.
Well, no, it's like lately we've been having some really smart ladies. We had a woman with a doctorate like 2 shows ago. We had a woman with 2 masters like a couple shows ago that worked for Child Protective Services as well. Like, so yeah, no, we've had some like really, really smart ladies. Yeah, I just like to figure out like how smart y'all are.
Demographic reasons.
But you could be smart without having education.
As somebody that doesn't have an education, I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, I dropped out of college, guys.
So why do you ask people?
It's not a buy. Like, honestly, it's really them. Like, this is all for YouTube, guys. Mm-hmm. There's like 3.2 billion people that watch YouTube on a monthly basis. You know, this is for them. Okay. I'm just trying to make them happy.
Okay. I'm Jackie. I'm 27. I have a degree in criminal justice. Currently, I work at Rubel's Plants of Texas and getting my real estate license.
Wow, criminal justice. Mm-hmm. Scary.
Where your grades at? You got straight fucking F.
Why did you choose criminal justice?
I can't answer that.
Are you a cop?
No, I'm not.
I know.
She's a plant, guys.
No.
FBI, open up. All right.
It's like I'm still trying to decide why I chose it.
Here, what about you, though? What's your name, age, education level, what you do for work, and your relationship status?
My name's Chantel. I'm 29, almost 30.
Damn.
Love it. Right? Education level, I have a high school diploma, some college, a little bit. No associates, no bachelors, but hey, fuck it. I'm
right there with you.
I'm an insurance adjuster. Shit's hard.
That's a good job. And the fact that you got it without having to do any college or anything, I know that's a good job. Like, it pays good, and you didn't have to go to school.
It definitely does. What's next? My
relationship status. Yeah.
I am technically, legally, I'm married. Been separated for a long time. Kind of single, kind of not. But no, I'm single. Honestly, I'm single.
Does your husband think y'all are together?
Oh no, it's done. Like, he's in a relationship, has a new baby. We just haven't finalized.
Is there a reason though? I'm just curious. Is there a reason why it's not fully finalized or whatever?
Honestly, I fucking forget I'm married sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
It's just not so is it just annoying to do? It's just annoying to do all the paperwork and shit? Y'all are just kind of
it's just a lot. We just haven't. He started it at one point in time, and then shit.
But y'all are both just two busy people, and y'all don't want to spend more money on bullshit. It's not worth it. Yeah. Okay. No.
We're gonna do it though.
Yeah, sooner or later.
How long were y'all married?
We've been married since 2014.
It's just so weird because you like still talk like in a present tense, like y'all are married. I don't know.
No, we're not together. Separated longer than we were married.
I know. It just.
Us.
Oh, so
I
that's
was like,
even
was that
weirder when you think
Sergio
about
that
that.
said that, or was
What?
that somebody else?
What are you talking about? What
How
else?
long
Was there
we're
a
married.
random voice that came
It
over?
was.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
Donnie.
okay,
I heard
okay,
it.
Yeah, Donnie's
Hey,
he's
Donnie
the voice
in
of
the
God.
background. Hey, Donnie. He's invisible.
Yeah. What about you? What's your name, age, education level, what you do for work, and your relationship status?
Okay, my name is Kelly. I have a technical school certification. I am a licensed massage therapist. You guys can find me at Kelly Thompson on Facebook. I am not a rub and tug kind of massage therapist. So if you need any sports massage or rehabilitative work, I've got you on that. I am an entrepreneur to the core, so I didn't believe I needed a higher education for that. Okay, so 27 years old. I am in a situationship, you guys. Been talking to this guy for 9 months, but it's a lot of commitment, so IDK. I'm on the edge.
Overstand.
Guys, I was losing my mind listening to her talk about this shit in the background. Like, it's insane. She's not in a real relationship, and she totally thinks she's in one. It's goofy.
It's weird.
No,
I didn't say my
shit.
relationship status. I did it. I'm single.
Oh,
Yay,
you're single? Okay.
Jackie!
Thank you. Jackie's single, guys.
Yeah.
You like white girls right there.
And she's a beautiful, intelligent white girl, okay? And Oh, she's thank more you. than that.
She is.
Like, we
Her
were talking
ju-
about
her-
hair and
her-
everything.
Her criminal justice degree makes her intelligent.
Sure.
I
It
thought
makes
she
her
didn't do
intelligent.
anything
She's
with it.
competitive.
You didn't
She's
do anything with it? Yeah.
competitive, too. She's
Before I
competitive,
even knew
too.
she had a criminal justice degree.
And her morals
I totally
and
think you're like
values.
FBI agent now or something like that. She's totally a plant, guys. She was acting completely different before the show.
I'm not
What?
telling you shit.
She wasn't.
I don't know. I don't trust her. But yeah. What about you? What's your name, age, education level? What do you do for work?
I'm Haley.
Can you talk closer to the mic if you can?
Sorry, I'm Haley. I'm 27. Some college, but I dropped out, and right now I'm driving Uber because stress.
Because of stress?
Yeah, I got stressed out.
I feel like Uber can be stressful too, though. Does it not add to the stress a little?
I used
Not that
to
bad?
do construction estimates and
Okay, yeah.
stuff. So
Mhm.
That's a good job. Why did you stop that?
Stress.
She's stressed.
Really?
Shit,
Just the
stressed.
stress?
That's a lot of pressure.
yeah.
Wow.
She is my Uber driver, and she's amazing.
Like
Yeah.
the juice wasn't worth the squeeze, was it? Like
Well, usually
stress.
those jobs just come with good benefits, good office environment sometimes, especially
It's
for
a
women.
little more complicated than that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we won't go into it.
Hold on.
What about
Kelly? Did you just say she's an Uber driver?
You know what? She started out as my Uber driver. It was a very drunk night, and then it was like a month or two later. She hit me up, and she's like, "Hey," and then we've been best friends ever since.
You're
What?
kidding,
That's
right?
what's up.
Oh, okay. Love
That's
this
what's
girl.
up.
Are y'all from Dallas?
No.
Are you from Dallas?
New Mexico.
I hear these stories all the time, and it's whenever it's two girls that like move to Dallas and they don't have any friends. Like I would say, majority of the girls that come on the show aren't from Dallas, and that's why they're kind of more inclined to reply to a random message DM on Instagram and like go on a random show with like random people and stuff. Because like for the most part, like people who are from around here, they're like, oh, I'm gonna go out tonight with my friends, like people I've known for a decade or some shit, you know. But yeah, sometimes y'all are in a situation where you just need to like make new friends. Yeah.
Yep.
Good
Risk
job.
and
Yeah.
success.
Yeah,
Not
good
what
job.
you know, who you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a good thing. Just make sure y'all don't make bad friends. Yeah, but what's your name, age, education level, what you do for work, and your relationship status?
Yeah, so my name's Tara. I'm 28 years old. I have an associate's in applied science, but I did not apply it at all. I'm actually a wholesale automotive broker, 9 to 5, and then I bartend actually on Sundays. So
Okay.
in the Bishop Arts District.
Cool.
So Whitehall Exchange, come see me, 12 to 7 tomorrow.
Sure will.
Yeah,
or Sundays.
or Sundays.
Tara to the
Yeah.
front.
And I am single as a Pringle.
Okay. All right, guys. Holler. Holler at her.
Holler.
All right, Mr. Let me check that super chat real quick. I'm gonna keep up with him tonight. Mr. Worldwide, thank you, sir, for the $10. Shout out to the ladies on the panel. I think the light skin or redhead getting all DM dick pics. Wow.
No one wants to see your uncircumcised dick, sir.
Yeah, we don't like those.
What? Why are you talking shit on uncircumcised?
Clean the smegma.
I'm just
Whoa,
Like, why are you having to hate on uncircumcised?
Yeah, why are
penises?
you hating? I like my top clean.
Man, I didn't know that
I
there
like
was
a
such
nice
thing as
muffin.
discrimination over circumcision, but there is, guys,
There
as you
is.
can see.
That's a whole
Some
nother
women,
topic.
some women will not touch your junk if you're not circumcised. It sounds
But-
like.
Just
You
take
hope it
care of it
doesn't
and they
hurt.
won't know.
Just
I
like-
hope it doesn't hurt.
gotta
Let
throw
them know.
holy water on that shit for y'all.
Hey,
man.
Sergio,
Huh.
but they'll be upset when a guy says,
Oh my.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's basically the same thing if you kind of think about it. Like,
My shit
if
looks
you
like
think about
beef, bro. It looks like a
Shut the
beef
fuck up.
sandwich.
She really just said that.
I hope you like eating what do you call that?
A Reuben.
Yes, Reuben. No, there's one that I
Give it-
really like.
give
It
it
has
the
the
sauce.
peppers in it. You guys, what is
A
that?
Philly
shit?
cheesesteak.
A Philly cheesesteak,
Hey.
motherfucker. I hope you like that.
It's a Kelly cheesesteak.
Yes,
What?
and it's juicy.
I think that Kelly
We're gonna
cheese
need to clip
great.
this chat. This is the first time on the podcast. We've never had a girl brag about this
As
before.
far as
Yes, I'm confident.
But as far as the dick pics, I just need some better angle.
Man, like that
Maybe
just
that's
makes
what
me
it
have to
is.
bring up. Like I have to bring this up now. Do y'all think that guys like a certain type of vagina? Like
Hell
like
yeah.
like
Yeah.
like is
Absolutely.
there a bias between it? What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like some feel like they're just lucky to get it, and then other ones are real picky. So it depends on the guy.
Hey, she's smart.
I
What
don't
do you
think that
What do
they're
you think?
picky. I think that they remember what they look like. So if they had it, then they're like, "Oh, that was a good one," or it wasn't.
Hmm. Oh, so
They're,
yeah,
they're lucky. They're
so it's
lucky
like,
to have
so,
it. They're gonna have it one way or another,
Yeah.
but they're gonna be like, "Oh, I really like the way that one looked."
yeah, or
you know?
yeah. No, I agree. What do you think?
Some guys do, but even if it's ugly and it's bomb on the inside, then shit, like, well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But
you
no,
know?
to answer your question,
That's a
some
good
guys
point.
do.
Yeah, no,
Some guys
but
do.
that is a good point. What do you think? I
Is
already know
it
what you
wet
think.
or is it not? Is it wet or dry?
Yeah.
You just want okay.
Can you
You
slide
think he
in
just
or
wants the
not?
waterfall. What do you think?
No comment.
No.
No.
No comment on this. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I work around men. Like, I've legitimately heard them
Uh-huh.
like use terms for stuff. You know what I mean?
Wizard sleeve. Yeah.
And the other, like, in like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
what is
Arby
this?
roast beef. Yeah, no, I definitely think that guys do care, but it's like what she said. It's only some. Like a lot of guys really don't got a fucking choice, and they're gonna like suck it up and be happy with anything.
Mm.
But I really, what's sad is whenever they actually think that just because it looks like that, it's more loose, something like that. Because obviously that's not true.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
But like, but it's definitely. I think that some people have a preference, just like how like I always say it. Like I really hate it because we always see on the internet today. Like I see on Reddit and all types of stuff, women roasting guys for dick size. Just you must have a small dick or something like that. It's just like, dude, like all these guys, I feel like we would like win that little battle, like that little that little trade off of that argument if we would just start saying, okay, wizard sleeve, like we got like we got to roast y'all just as bad.
It's how you use it. It's
but-
how you put
but-
it on
well,
somebody.
It's a
Well,
wizard sleeve.
I don't know.
It's
Oh,
a wizard
got it.
sleeve, you know.
What the fuck is that?
Just imagine a wizard sleeve hanging, and like that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about, you know,
I
like
don't
like
fucking-
it's
okay.
it's a wizard sleeve.
Is that the bottom of
But-
the pussy?
No, it's
Is
just
that
like
the
the
bottom
whole
of the pussy?
the whole thing, you know. It's like but like the
Body
thing is,
positivity.
like y'all can't control that. So the women that have that though, they
Yeah.
can't control it. It's
Yeah.
that you're just born
Yeah.
that way, okay?
Uh-huh.
Kegels.
And the guys that are born with a small dick, they're just born that
That's
way.
true.
So
Yeah.
it's equal.
Surgery.
It's
I
a
mean,
perfectly equal thing that you can talk
plastic
shit on.
surgery.
I have fucked guys that had small dicks that knew how to fuck, and I fucked guys with big dicks that didn't know how to fuck.
Eat
Like,
my
I'm just
pussy.
saying.
I've
That's
heard that
true.
a lot.
So
I've heard that a
it's-
lot.
They
I don't
have
know
to
what
know
this
what they doing, because if it's not that big, you gotta know what you doing.
Oh.
I like vibrators.
Gotcha.
I like the toy
You
store. For
know?
those of you with the small dicks, it's about how you use your mouth, how you work your package, and
That
get the
too.
vibrators.
Because
Get some
guys with
toys.
little dicks like to eat a lot of coochie.
As
Here,
they
now,
should.
now I gotta ask a new question.
Yeah, that's
We're
not
so
easy.
off topic,
Yeah.
guys, of what we're supposed to actually talk about, but this
Oh.
is too good right now. So like now I'm gonna ask on this side though. Do you think that it's weird if a guy doesn't like to eat pussy? Like is that like you're instantly I'm done with them?
It's not like I'm instantly done because like I will give you a couple chances.
Talk a little closer
'cause-
if you can.
Sorry, I'll give you a couple chances because here's my thing. Like we'll have a conversation. Do you like your dick sucked? Do you need your dick sucked? I need my
I
pussy
like-
ate.
Mm.
Like that's just gonna. It's
You
kind of
want
one of
it?
those like
You want it?
we're here to kind of.
It depends what your preference is.
We're here to trade off on our. Shut my bugs. Shut up, Kenny. No. God damn it, Cal.
I love her.
But yeah, no. It's,
She's
I mean, that's
Watch
definitely.
more South Park than me. That's crazy.
It's definitely about like talking to your partner or talking to your sexual partner about that too. So.
Yeah. You need communication. What do you think? Do you think it's a red flag if he's not wanting to do that stuff with you?
I don't like to talk about anything with a man when it comes to sex. I need it to happen. Like
Mm.
if there's not a connection there, it's not going to happen.
Okay, and that's one of those that like even
Ooh.
without talking about it, like if he didn't naturally try to do it, would you be like, yeah, I'm not compatible with this type of guy?
Yeah, you got to know.
Yeah,
Oh,
you better just
hmm.
be doing it. What do you think?
Stern, stubborn.
As
in
a
the eyes.
woman that likes other women, okay, just depending on the type, strange things happen in nowhere. Okay, so it's like I wouldn't really want to eat a pussy either unless I like knew that person, So I can't blame him for not wanting to eat my pussy right away, because like as a woman, you don't know what's inside.
Do you
there.
like to not suck dick right away?
No, hell no, nigga. I need to see what it looks like first.
I know,
I
but
need
what
to
I'm saying is
smell
like,
it. I need to touch it.
Lights on.
so like,
Yes, yes.
okay, so you've never had like an instance where you're just like, that guy's so sexy, I'm sucking his dick. Like you've never had something like that.
Okay, well, there's been a lot of history. I've been a lot of drunk. I've been a lot of drunk sometimes. But
I've been a lot of drunk.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you think? What do you think about a guy that doesn't want to do stuff like that?
It's not a okay. I'm with you, Kelly. I'm off the rip. If you don't want to, I overstand. But eventually, like you got work them jobs. You have to.
Yeah.
I'm a pleaser. I love to please.
So
I
he
feel
better
like,
do the same back.
You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's just being fair in your eyes, kind of. What do you think?
Yeah, honestly, same.
He needs to do it.
Yeah. If
What do
I'm
you
going to do it, you're going to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, agreed with that, but also everybody's got preferences. If you're good everywhere else, it might be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Okay,
That
I'm
is
gonna-
a great
I'm
point.
gonna
That's a
I'm gonna
great
like
point.
peel it back a little bit. If it's just a situationship, it's just a like y'all aren't taking each other seriously. Do you still feel the same way? Starting you this side.
No, if that's the whole point of us talking, you're gonna do what I want.
Okay. What do you think? For a situationship.
I haven't had too many of those.
So it's hard to even like give an example on it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just skip it. What do you think for a situationship?
Situationships, I'm like fucking 50-50. Cause I don't know what the fuck you're doing when you're not situating with me.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, I don't want to suck your dick because it might have just came out of another girl's vagina.
I've been
Exactly,
there before.
which is why I don't do that. Which is why I don't
I've
do
been there
situationships.
What is
Don't know
it?
where
I
you've been.
fucked my nigga on the first night.
Okay.
And 9 months later, he's still eating my pussy, sucking on my titties, and
Some
making me
niggas
feel
don't
good.
care.
I sucked
Yeah.
his dick too,
Yeah.
but he had to earn it.
Okay.
Heard that.
All right. What do you think? Like, even if it's a situationship, you still want, or like, you still expect that out of him?
No,
No. Even if it's
Yeah.
a situationship, yeah.
definitely.
So, like, I would argue, ladies, that he's a super beta cuck if he still goes down on you, and it's a situationship. Like, I mean, a hyper beta cuck. Like, he's like, I would
But
never.
if he likes it,
I'm alpha.
He's
That's
then
for
he's
sure.
a beta cuck. Then
Some
he's
dudes-
definitely
What
a beta cuck.
Yeah.
Like
what
he has to like get off on the fact that like other guys probably like might be hitting that or something like that because that's weird as fuck.
We were talking about this earlier, though, about like that being a super aggressive female. And so some people have told me that I'm very aggressive.
Oh, I see that.
And I like that shit. Some men like that shit
They
too.
do.
Like I want to rest in my feminine, but it's finding that balance, especially as a 27-year-old woman.
I just think that if it's a situationship, I'm not gonna sit there and work harder for it. Like I'm gonna be honest, if it's my girl, if it's my relationship,
It's
like I'm gonna
different.
do whatever to please her and make her happy and stuff like that. But if you're just another girl in my rotation, I don't give a fuck
Is
about
that
you.
not beta?
Like I really
then?
don't care.
If she's your girl, is that not beta that you're willing to do?
No,
whatever she
because
wants?
being beta or like being a simp is like unequal exchanges of value. So like if it's an equal exchange of value, if she brings a lot of value to my life and she does a lot of things for me, then me going down on her isn't simp or beta at all because it's something I'm just being equal at that point. But in a relationship where like it's just a situationship, like she's just one of the girls on the roster, no, like I would never go down on them because it's just like you're not special. Like I'm here to just you're the one who came to me to fuck at the end of the day, I don't chase women at all. I think guys that eat pussy or like random girls' pussies, they're probably chasing women like crazy and like begging for shit like that. It's like I don't chase no women. If a woman is in my life, it's because they came to me. So it's just like I would never do that.
What do you
like-
consider value? What do you consider a woman bringing value to your life?
I'll let y'all answer that.
Silence, sandwiches, sex. That's about it. Yeah.
Silence, sandwiches, sex.
so
He
their
likes to
absence
cook.
brings you value.
Huh?
Their absence of anything brings you value.
What do you mean absence of
Silence,
anything?
no words.
Well, it's just like you just don't want to. Whenever you already have the world on your back, you really don't want to deal with more bullshit when you come home. And like
So you're
some
not
people are
talking-
dealing with a lot.
Can I interject? Because I had
Yeah.
a guy, well, the guy that I'm kind of dealing with now, he once told me that he can be around me because I can just chill.
Yeah.
And he likes that because I don't got to talk every 24.
Oh, no, I get
second of
that.
the day.
Mhm.
But I don't, does the silence pertain? Are you talking about just talking? Or
Yeah,
just
I mean,
overall just,
it's just
chilling?
like sometimes, like, I'll give you an example. Like when I'm working and I'm focused and I'm like doing a lot, or like I'm thinking of 6 different tasks I have to get done. The last thing I need is somebody coming up behind me and saying, "Hey, did you do this or did you think?" Like it's gonna throw me out of my flow state. So it's just like sometimes you just need silence. Like you need somebody to just like kind of leave you alone for a little bit while you're working or something like that. And sometimes women are not that. They're like, "I need attention. I'm gonna go say something to him to like get or like shit test him
I
in
get
some way."
that.
And like I understand women naturally shit test. I get it, but it's there's a line where it crosses where it's just way too much. Where like you're just doing weight? Like, do y'all even kind of know when you're shit testing? Most women don't. It's a
it's a negative vibe.
It's a subliminal thing. I wouldn't even say that it's negative. It's just like y'all do it naturally because you need to test your man to make sure he's a good man.
We have a negative vibe. For some reason, our intuition is going off saying, like, shit test this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then we shit test you to see, like, why am I having a negative vibe? Why is my intuition going off?
I just
like
started
that?
doing that.
Well, it's more about testing him to make sure he stays cool. If he stays cool and then he acts like it's no big fucking deal, then you're like, oh damn, he's a badass. He's a fucking.
Okay, but
he's the shit. Cool.
Let me bring it back to this, because when we need attention, it's like us women, ladies, we have all been talking about this as we've been sitting here bonding. It's insecurities, okay? If you're looking at your man like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? But he's doing the best he can. Why can't you go do that? If I see that something needs to be done, what else am I doing?
Yeah.
Why can I not go handle that? You know what I mean?
I would agree with you if it is that way.
I need my lovins and rubbins. I need you to be rubbing on me, kissing on me, telling me about why you love me and why you're with me so I can feel secure in our relationship. If I'm insecure in our relationship, I'm going to shit test you.
Hold on.
It's a safety thing.
I got a question, though, about, like, the insecure thing. So, like, what do you mean insecure in a relationship? Like, do you mean sexually, or he's not giving you enough energy, attention, and time? Like, what are you insecure about specifically?
All right, so here's the thing. You know how you can feel when somebody unconditionally loves and accepts you? Like, you can feel that.
I mean, shit, if you don't know what the fuck love is, somebody once told me, if I gave you a book and told you look for it, could you find it?
Ooh.
What the fuck are you looking for? So that's a great question. But if you don't know what the fuck love is or unconditional love is, it's like,
Well,
and
yeah.
you'll feel insecure. So you need to know, like.
So that's the first step.
Love is very simple, actually. I bring this up a lot on the show because people overcomplicate that word like crazy. It's like, oh my God, it's such a crazy emotion. No, it's not. It's very simple. Love is devotion. It's very, very simple.
What the fuck is devotion?
Devotion. That's
He
Your
said
point
that
exactly,
the first
Sergio.
night that I talked to him. This is the word that sold me.
Yeah. So, like, your ability to devote yourself to somebody. And the thing is, in your first, second, third relationship, it's sometimes easy to do. Like, the first love, it's really easy to devote yourself. You'll do anything for them. You'll cook for them. You'll clean for them. You'll rub their feet. You'll do whatever. You're devoted. And, like, committed and devoted. A lot of people aren't in devoted relationships, though. So, like, you were insecure because he wasn't giving you enough of his money, energy, attention, and time. But were you giving him enough of what he needed, in return, is what I would ask.
I'm half in and I'm half out because I feel like it's too early for me to fully devote myself to the situation. I'm committed.
Situation.
Well, yeah, guys, like I was telling y'all at the start, she's not in a real relationship, but she, like, thinks she's
situational.
It doesn't matter. So who do you think wins in situationships?
Are we talking about sex?
Me.
No. I'll go around the table, actually. Who wins in a situationship, the guy or the girl?
I think there's a layered question. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can say equal if you think it's like 50-50.
I mean, I think it depends on the situation
Yeah,
because somebody's going to be holding power regardless in that situationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and you got to know background for that. So I guess whoever's holding the
You
power
think that
from
sometimes
the beginning,
women have power in situationships?
Yes.
I do think women have a lot of power in a lot of different ways. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. What do you think?
I don't necessarily know what constitutes like a situationship versus like enjoying somebody's company without like
The guy not. I'm
expectations.
gonna define just for the table. Really, or like we're just gonna say this is what it is. I'm not sure if it's the same as what y'all think, but we're just gonna say a situationship is like the guy's not saying that he wants it to be serious. Like because I think we can all agree at this table that women are the gatekeepers of sex, but men are gatekeepers of relationships.
No, it's this. In this case, it is me who said I have commitment issues. I will cheat if I'm feeling neglected, and those are some personal qualities that I have to work on within myself.
And that's why so like a guy that's like can I kind of put your man on blast a little bit? Like, am I allowed to? Like,
I'm not going to mention his name.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, like the thing is, he's in the military. He's been in the military a long time. Like, he's an older guy. Those guys sleep around. Like, wherever the fuck he's stationed at or whatever, he's fucking hitting up hookers like every other week probably or some shit. So like, it's just it's not even a serious relationship. It's not even a serious situationship. It's just you dickmatized by a guy, and he's doing whatever the fuck he wants right now. So it's just kind of like, it's a goofy situation that women put themselves in, and you think that you have all this power because you can still go sleep with whoever you want, but really you just like the energy. I don't know if he sends you money,
Trust.
but
It's where trust
but you
comes
like
in.
no, you like the energy, attention, and time that you get out of him because you're not actually spending
Fact.
time with him. You like the texting, you like all that emotional garbage, but you still like having the freedom to go fuck a chat if he pulled up and he was able to do it. So like, and that's what's messed up about like you're just and like the reason why I was bringing up this question is because you're losing in this like crazy. Like you're not gonna end up winning in this situation in the end. You're only gonna get older. It's only going to make it harder for you to end up having a better relationship in a few years. Like you're going to have more trauma because women pair bond really hard. Y'all release oxytocin whenever you have sex with somebody. So like,
Look at Oprah Winfrey.
yeah,
What
she's
the fuck
very.
is Oprah doing?
You just proved my
Right.
point. Actually, like you really
Oprah's
just
a
proved
motherfucking billionaire.
she was
motherfucker.
literally just like crying on something like a month or two ago because she's very sad and depressed about being single. So no, it's
Oh.
not true. For the size demographic of people is 45 and up single women. Like this is, I mean, why are y'all?
I
on
can
the-
play with
antidepressant?
my
I got
pussy
time.
better than any other motherfucker could play with.
She
my
got a
pussy.
rose, guys. Let me check out
I do. I have
those
two
like two
roses,
super
by
chats
the
really
way.
quick. Yeah, she got two of them.
A purple one and a red one.
TMI. DC Beast,
One has a
$10,
suction
bro.
cup.
Thank you so much. First time I've seen a really beautiful panel. Peace be unto the host, Sergio of the podcast. Thank you, bro. Ladies, degeneracy won't serve you long term. Find trust in Christ as your ultimate treasure.
Amen. He's
Yeah.
Shout out to
tatted
you,
on
DC.
me.
Shout out to you. Oh, DC, she just said he's tatted on her. He's not gonna. That is not okay, probably. Oh my goodness. But yeah,
You're
this is a
lucky I
beautiful.
didn't
But
do
this
it
is a
this
beautiful
way.
panel. We got a very very pretty panel for y'all on this Friday. Tony Esquire with the 10. Yo, Sergio, what am I hearing right now, fam? How many dates are required before the topic comes up? You sick freaks. Well, it's safe to say that marriage will never be a topic with these ladies. Yeah,
Not everybody's
Speak
going
for
there.
married.
yourself.
Yeah,
I'm getting divorced.
yeah. Actually,
Gotta get married.
actually,
Gotta get
that's actually a good question I want to ask really quick.
Okay.
Do y'all want to? Do you want to get married and do you want to have kids?
Yes.
You do.
Again,
You already had both.
Yeah.
You already have married and kids.
Yep.
Okay. And if anybody's had kids, let me know too right now. Do you want to get
fuck them
married?
kids.
Do you want to get married or do you want to have kids?
When you
I'm
get into
infinite and limitless.
So yeah, you do. Wait, I'm so confused.
I'm
What the-
infinite and I'm limitless. I want the most and the best that I can accomplish within my lifetime. Whatever.
If you could
that
have like
may
50
be.
kids, you'd do that.
If I adopted them
Oh, that's crazy.
and I was able to give them
Expensive.
But, like,
a
how many will you, like, push out?
multi-million-dollar company.
How many are you willing to push out if you were like
How
with a
many
billionaire?
will my surrogate push out? How much can I pay?
Alright,
How many
Kelly.
people to give birth to them?
Surrogate? What? That's
Shit.
messed up.
entrepreneurship.
What about you? Wait, what was the question really quick?
Do they want
Oh
kids
yeah,
in
marriage and kids. Do you want marriage and kids?
I'm not against it,
You're not against
but
it.
I have not found a person for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
No. Do you want marriage and kids?
at this point, I don't think so. Maybe I might find somebody that opens that door for me, but at this point, yeah, it's just better doing it by myself.
I
So
get it.
the reason why I asked that, ladies, is because a lot of what I talk about and teach and stuff, it all kind of goes down to that. If you want to be married and have kids, you should care about what I say. If you don't, I wouldn't give a fuck either. Y'all can sleep around and have fun for the rest of your life. I will be a dickhead though and tell you that you're gonna be very fucking sad in the future because you choose that. Because see, like, I would be a depressed man at 50, 60 if, say, I didn't create anything. Because as men, we are like that's what we are built to do. We are built to create things in the world. That's what we are meant to do. And when you get to a certain age, I mean, shit, 30 or whatever, and you're not building things, it really really hurts you. Like, you become depressed because it's what we were meant to do. And for women, y'all are a little bit different. Since y'all create life, y'all are really meant to. Your purpose is to create people, and that's something I can't do. I create things, you create people, and y'all need to focus on family and kids because sometimes at the end of your life, like, what's going to keep you from being sad in the future, it's sometimes going to be a family and children. And I just really, really hate society today because it pushes y'all into this mindset that it's okay. I can be rich and happy at 40 and 50 and I'm going to have everything that I want. And it's a lie. It's a complete fucking lie. The guys aren't going to love y'all the same when you're 40 as y'all were when you were 20. You can't have kids, like at later ages, y'all's eggs are reducing every year. It's all a lie. See, like, guys get all their value at like 30, 35. Y'all get it up front at 18. Y'all's beauty is so powerful at 18 years old. And I don't get that type of power. You disagree?
Yeah. I think women's
Could
peak
you go
is-
get on a yacht in Miami right now?
Yes.
if I wanted to.
I can't.
Yeah,
So-
but I'm not
Oh, I
18.
can't.
You
I
could.
really-
Sugar
I'm just
mama.
really.
Nah, I don't got the money for a yacht. Trust me.
I'm
And
just
trust
a
me,
mama.
that's a very exception of the rule.
Well, I think
I'm
you're saying-
disagreeing with 18. I'm saying that women's peak is more in their late 20s because they're more
What? Experienced?
Sophisticated.
Yeah.
Do
they
you
have
think
more
do you think men
experience.
like experience?
No, I'm not saying experience like that. We just have more knowledge. We're more structured. Have found ourselves. We're not like as chaotic or like, who am I? What am I doing? We're like, I know who I am.
27,
Would you
I
be-
still don't know.
Would you be
27, I
surprised
still
if
don't.
I told you that like I had talked to like girls that were my age, like I'm 32, like in 30, 31, 32, and then they're just as crazy as the 21, 22, 23-year-olds. Like
No,
my
I believe it.
like
The
in
foundation.
my like perfect example, like my girlfriend when I met her, she was 21. And she was getting she's getting her second degree. She already had her bachelor's at 20 years old. She was already starting to get like her second one. Like she's a very smart girl compared to some 30-year-olds that I know.
Mhm.
She lived on her own. She already had all of her own shit together. So there's some 20, 21-year-olds
Yeah.
that are fucking bodying 30-year-olds.
Shout out
Right.
Sergio's
So, like-
girlfriend. He has been talking about you. He talks about you all the time. He loves you so much, girl, and we're rooting for you. We
Yeah,
are rooting for
no,
your
it's just-
relationship.
But
We love you
the
guys.
biggest thing is like women definitely mature earlier than men. Like
Yeah.
y'all have like y'all's social skills are fucking phenomenal. But because you gotta imagine how many guys approach y'all, DM y'all, whatever, from 15 to say 21, 22. Your social calibration, crazy,
Okay,
man.
but
Guys,
sir-
most guys aren't getting social experience
Can
like
I
that.
can I cut in here a little bit?
Yeah,
And I'm
go for
sorry,
it.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but
You're good.
it's sounding a lot like codependence here.
What
Like,
do you mean?
can we look up the definition of codependence?
Have you read the book Codependent No More?
No,
Haven't
but
read that.
can you tell me a
Haven't read
synopsis?
that.
It's pretty much about how it's actually about addicts, like drug addicts, alcohol addicts, and it bases off of how they are dependent on this drug or alcohol. But if you read it in a relationship perspective, it's a lot like I depend on my partner to give me things and I abuse it. So you got to take a step back and find yourself and not like you love them, you want them, but you don't depend on them. You should depend on
Exactly.
your partner.
For happiness,
Yeah.
and
That-
joy. And that's why I disagree with a lot of what you were saying about, okay, women who are upwards in years, we're going to be unhappy because we rely on somebody else to bring us that joy.
Mhm.
It's up to us as individuals, men and women, to produce that within ourselves.
Amen.
And sir, who is talking about Jesus over there, that is where it comes from, is from your divine power, your divine
Yeah.
connection. And
Yep.
that's how you begin to find yourself.
Hold on
I'm
really
sorry,
quick.
I'm sorry.
What?
I got a
I got a
question
little
just really
passionate
quick.
there.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Everything.
Do you know what your purpose is?
Me?
Yeah, what's your purpose? What were you put on this planet to do?
I'd say that's something that I really don't know.
You don't know yet?
No.
What's your purpose?
I would say to love others.
Yeah.
What's your
I like that.
purpose?
I'm a toxic handler. I know my purpose.
You're a toxic handler?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like I was put here to be like what's the
Therapist
word?
for toxic people? Like what do you mean?
Or to handle that.
Yeah.
To handle toxicity?
Yeah, everybody else's problem. I'm like
to
a
dissipate.
yes, basically.
Problem
Like-
solver.
I put it in
Problem
Like you'll
solver.
eat it and then you'll just like make it. You're like
Or is it to love
you're like
toxic
that
people?
dude from the Green Mile who like eats the bad stuff and then out comes the bees. Like that.
Basically, yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to put it like that.
Yeah, no,
pretty
that's
much.
a spiritual
Yeah.
way to put it. What's your purpose?
Freedom.
What's your purpose?
That's like y'all are going around, and that one's a tough one for me. I'm pretty like content just being alive.
I heard
I think that's enough purpose
Yeah,
for me.
no, it's
I
fine.
heard
What's your
that.
purpose?
To learn in this life.
To learn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, ladies, I mean, I would just argue that most of y'all aren't really on your true purpose. Like what God wanted you to do, like if you read the Bible, if you really check into what you were meant to do,
to preach.
is not.
No,
No, it was to
Recreate.
it was to
Oh.
create life. It was
Recreate
absolutely to
someone.
create life because I cannot do that. If all women had y'all's
women,
mentalities, hold on.
I got
If
you.
all women had y'all's mentalities right now, what the fuck would happen to the planet in 100 years?
Why are some
There would
women
be
like
hold
that?
on. There would be no more life. There would be
I said I want marriage and kids.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
are you saying, y'all?
Yeah, I know, but I'm telling you, you need to make it your purpose for these things because if the reason why the world is so messed up today is because we're off in hedonism, freedom, thinking that we want to do all this other stuff because I'm selfish. I want to do what I want, what makes me happy.
Hold on.
That's not the truth, though. The truth of reality is that that's selfish and that you really need to devote yourself to other people. You really need to be selfless for the world to become a better place. Everybody's making the world worse with this selfish attitude today. Go ahead.
Well, I said my purpose was to love people, and
okay,
I think
if that's loving a family and kids, that's fine. Yeah, I'll
but
give it to you.
I think that where we struggle right now in society of wanting to recreate is the world that we are putting these children in.
Different.
That like where I grew up, I didn't grow up with phones, so I was outside. I was reading. I had chores. Like nowadays, it's all about what they're doing on the internet, what my friends are doing on the internet. It's like they're so addicted to the phones that it's just a different world. So when I think about, I want kids, but when I think about putting kids in this world, I know I can do my part and I can be the mother that I can be, and I'm going to pick a father that can do the same for them. But
It's 10%.
but
right?
I'm only there for so much. Like they're going to be in school and they're going to be watching their friends and they're going to be learning from their surroundings. And if their surroundings are addicted to their phones and learning everything and on the internet freely at 10 years old,
That's
scary.
I know.
That is scary.
I know. That's why this takes doing something that every parent before us has been scared to fucking do.
Okay.
And that's cut them off from the technology. That's building a tribe of people that all have similar beliefs.
Yeah.
And that's the problem is it's really hard to find tribes of families and that all have similar beliefs. And we're like, hey, we need to pull away from all this shit. We need to pull away from public schools and all these things. And it costs money. So the people that are going to pull forward in the future are the people that are the guys on their purpose that are getting the fucking money, the women on their purpose that are making kids with them, and they're building huge families together because then they're all gonna work with each other, and the kids are gonna be all around each other, and they're all gonna be raised in a whole different environment than the public school system.
It takes a community.
It takes a huge community, and like the problem is we have this defeatist mentality of it's so bad we can never change it. It's so fucked up. Like I deal with this every day on the internet. Like even in my own the male space where guys are supposed to be problem solvers, solution based men. I still have to convince them every day that we have to get into politics, that we have to get into certain things because people we have this nihilistic mentality of, oh, the world's done for. We're fucked. It's over. Just let it keep going.
But was that not in the Bible?
But I don't see it like that.
No.
I don't see when I think of like being scared of bringing kids in, like I think about who I was when I was a kid and I was sheltered. I didn't have a MySpace. I didn't have a Facebook. I was sheltered. But I would still go to my friend's house and create a MySpace. So it's like you can do your part, and
that's
I
why
can say
like the community has to be very deep. Like you still had ties to people. See, and like I was bringing this up earlier, I was telling y'all. Life is 60% your genetics, 30% your peer group, and 10% your parents. It's mostly your peer group then that actually influences you at that point.
I swing far left.
So if your parents aren't watching who the kids are with and watching heavily what they're doing, talking to the other parents and say, hey, do you make sure your kids are also not doing this shit? How do you watch their iPads? How are you keeping track of all this shit? You shouldn't even give them iPads. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like that's the issue. Like my daughter doesn't use a fucking iPad. It's stupid.
It comes down to lazy parenting.
Yes, it is. Well, see, and I don't always blame the parent because the thing is, they're pushing
kids
once again.
Shit.
We always love to point fingers at the parents, at the school system, at the men, at the women. We love or racial or political, right versus left. We love to sit here and make it very polarizing when that's not really what's going on. The real issue is the 1%, the devaluing of the dollar to the point where the parents had to go work their ass off and they can barely afford to live. What my father had 20 years ago, for his cost of living and shit, it's insane today. Okay. It's way worse than it is today. So we need to stop getting mad at each other and realize, oh, it's the government, it's the powers that be that are causing all this shit. And if we team up together, we can stop it. But nobody does. They're very good at making us hate each other.
Yeah.
They're very good at making men and women hate the fuck out of each other.
That's the word of politics.
It goes
What's your purpose?
Brainwash, like you said. A lot of people are fucking brainwashed.
Yeah.
I remember I had a conversation with my dad not
said.
too long ago, and I pretty much broke that down about how I wasn't just put here to work. And I tried to explain this whole thing, and he was like, honey, you're really crazy. And I was like, no,
what do they say? Live to or work to live, not live to work.
God put us here to work.
The
he
rat
put
race,
man to work as soon as man got here.
He put man to work though. And when you said
woman is his helper.
We were talking about the Bible a second ago, and there's something that I just read recently, and it's the Adam and Eve thing, and it's like Adam was put on the earth first, right? And God said, I'm going to put someone here that's going to help you keep going. That's going to help you survive. And that's going to better you. The world.
Yeah, just keep
what about
generations?
What does that take? What does it take to keep the world going? What does it take
I can
to build generations?
Actually, you're really bringing up a really good point. Like, and since you're bringing that too, it kind of comes perfectly together with what I'm about to tell y'all. So that story in the Bible is very, very confusing to most people. Like a lot of people hear like the story of Adam and Eve, and y'all think it's all these things, the snake in the tree, tree of knowledge, and all this stuff. It's actually very, very simple. And the people 5,000-6,000 years ago were so fucking smart. They even back then could understand human nature very well. The Bible is actually a bunch of examples, a bunch of descriptions. It's not always prescriptions. Sometimes it's descriptions of things happening and us learning how human nature was, and that's how they would look at it. And they, instead of having stats like I show y'all, they just read that to be like, oh, sometimes women cheat like this, sometimes men cheat like this. You know, sometimes these things happen, and this is what is best for us. What God says. This is the prescription of what to do to fix it. But really, Adam and Eve all goes back to one thing. If the woman falls to temptation, both of us fall out of balance with nature. We are both fucked. Even back then, 6,000 years ago, those Jewish fucks could fucking tell that if a woman went and slept around, it fucked up the whole society, the whole community.
David was God's favorite king. And what about kings who had multiple wives?
Once again, so like he's a perfect example of a description. Like a lot of bad things happen because of that, you know. So like a lot of people don't understand the Bible. Like it's really sad because if you really read everything, it really makes a whole lot of sense. But people don't read the context of everything. Like some people will just read verses or read certain things. You need to read who wrote the book, where he wrote it, why it was there, what was going on at the time period, what wars were going on and shit. Because that's what makes you understand the actual stories in it, and you understand what's descriptive and what's actually prescriptive. Like, but once again, let me go back to the Adam and Eve thing. Okay, it's falling to temptation. If y'all fall to temptation, if a guy tempts you and you give yourself up, we fall into a loop of hedonism, of pleasure seeking. Okay, so if a woman keeps her legs closed, what is it? If there was like a 6'4" Chad dude or Tyrone, and they live at their mom's house, and they get bitches all day long, yeah. But these guys, you know, like they're the badasses. They get bitches all day long. Okay, no, they don't have to, no effort. They get it really easily. What do they have to do if women stop sleeping around and stop giving up sex easily?
Gotta try harder.
They have to become better men, right?
Yeah.
They can't just be little bums on their
But
mom's couch,
are they really
right?
better men? Are they really better men, or are they becoming that? They're one of the corporate giants that I love. But these corporate beasts that cover up their true intentions because they know they want something. And they know how to get that shit.
Jesus Christ, that was the craziest straw man I've ever seen in my life. No, I like you got to understand. It's really simple. It's just really, really simple.
I didn't even get to finish about my story about Adam and Eve, because where I was going was Adam knew that Eve was coming. Adam knew that something was coming for him. When Eve was put on the earth, she didn't know what she was looking for. So it's like what you were saying, how you never chase a woman. Eve never chased Adam because she didn't know Adam was around. Adam had to go and chase Eve because he knew God said, I'm doing something for you. Go find it. Yes.
No, I'm
Jesus,
have to go,
I
like,
know
recheck
you
all that.
love
That's
me,
not shot.
but I have chased some dick. I have chased some dick, and I have chased some dick off. I'm pretty sure that motherfucker thought I was stalking him.
belongs to the streets.
Okay.
Thank you, Donnie. I appreciate that.
Baby,
One.
Ecstasy
Hey,
Cabaret, come find me there.
Let me go to the super chat. Ecstasy. $10, Tony Esquire. Thank you. From what I've just heard, the only man who would be willing to marry you freaks works in aisle 7 at IKEA.
I didn't meet my husband in aisle 7 at IKEA. I met him in college.
Listen,
Tony
and
Esquire.
that nigga at IKEA is too broke for my ass, honey. Give me somebody with some bands, broke ass. Cheers to that.
In addition to those cups on the table, I strongly recommend some Lysol disinfectant wipes. Okay.
You didn't see the squirt spray all on my seat, baby. I squirted all over this motherfucker.
Isn't that the second time he's paid for a question?
Yeah.
What are you doing on Friday night? Like,
Yeah.
go out.
Hey, don't talk shit on Tony.
20 bucks
Tony,
already?
Tony, don't let them put you down, bro.
He's like, give me more money.
Don't let them put
You
you down.
love it, Tony. We love
Be
we
better.
love the friction.
Hey,
Be better.
I can get it, but not
Be
give it.
better.
Angela Knight, thank you so much for the $2, man. Oh, girl, I shouldn't say man, my bad. Attempted to book a flight to reality check, everyone. Please, you need to come. You need to pull
What
up.
you gotta say, Angela?
She's actually like
Yeah.
a really good speaker in this space. Like she teaches women. She coaches a lot of women
like
on
that.
dating. I just actually interviewed her on Wednesday, guys. If anybody wants to go watch that interview, people
will.
watching right now. $5 from Dr. Matt. Ladies, do you think your astrology sign has any effect on your personality?
Yes, Scorpio.
Okay, here we're gonna start over here on this side. Does your astrology sign have any effect on your personality?
No.
Does your astrology sign have any effect on your personality?
No.
No. What do you think?
Yep.
What do you think?
Sure do.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No.
Oh my God. No, it doesn't, ladies. They've done studies on it. They've literally tried to be like, oh, if you're a Libra, does this happen to them? Or if you're a what's the one? Yeah. If you're a Libra, like can you have dualistic personalities? Like they've done a lot of studies on all the different signs to see if there was any type of
scientifically.
Yeah, it was a European study that they did, and yeah, like nothing was true. There wasn't one thing that lined up with like what the horoscope said or anything like that. It was all complete bullshit.
I'm a
What's the
Scorpio
difference
to the
between-
T.
Huh?
What's the difference between like science and spirituality? Because I believe like spiritually, like it does have an effect. How the stars are aligned in the sky
Yeah.
whenever you're born. I believe that's real.
So do you realize that like do you realize that like you know how we're a solar system, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so like there's like the sun and where the planets that are going around it. Do you think that we're just like chilling in space right there?
No, I don't know. I don't know what's out there, to be honest.
Well, because like if the stars, because like
Love
here's the
that
thing: if we sat still, you know, and we never moved anywhere, I would kind of, to an extent, kind of agree with you because the stars stay in one place and nothing really
They
moves.
die.
So like, yeah, there's like a cycle. I could understand like kind of a cycle or something. But the thing is, we're going at thousands of light years around the Milky Way. So we're not sitting still. The stars aren't in the same place over millions of years. They're not in the same place. Like shit moves. So it's not like.
But they have a long life. Stars have a long life.
What does that have to do with it?
Like where they were alive when things happen, they were only alive for that second.
What do you
That's
mean?
like
What do you mean? What does that have to do with it?
When the star dies, how long does it take before we receive that light of its death? Like, how long before we know?
Well,
if
I
that's
mean,
the case,
millions,
it plays
sometimes
in-
millions
it
of light
could
years. It
be
just depends.
gone.
I think
is
that
the
play.
point.
I think it. To me, it makes sense because I believe things happen in cycles. Like everything repeats.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. So, like,
I
if we
feel
were
like-
sitting still in space, I would almost agree with you if it was a cycle and we were always going around the same thing all the time. But we're moving at thousands of light years around around our galaxy.
But
so
in
it's
a
not
cycle.
like
But
we're not
that's-
sitting still. Is what I'm saying. Like we have this illusion that we're sitting still right now because we're on a planet and we have gravity holding us down and we have no idea. But we're actually flying through space right now.
But you do know
flying,
that the same
and we don't know it.
constellations like will line up at the same time of the year.
And what I'm
right?
saying
Like,
is
so
over time,
Orion's
over
belt-
thousands,
As we're
and what I'm
moving
saying is over
with
thousands of
speeds.
years, it's going to move. It's not always going to be precise and perfect. So
Then
that means
why
that
are
there's
we
no point.
still talking about the same constellations for like literally forever from Greek mythology?
'Cause
We're
the
still
cycle.
talking about the same.
Exactly,
thought we were
exactly,
gonna
because there's
talk
no
about,
point. Exactly, there's no point.
What
I
was
agree
the
with you. There's
main
no point.
topic of tonight? What was the main topic? It's like who's
Did we
more
never get
petty?
there?
Is are men or women more petty?
No.
I'm a
It's
true
actually,
Pisces.
guys. We'll go back to the
I'm a
start. It
Pisces
is
too.
the topic was supposed to be tonight, guys. Who is more vengeful? Okay. And
yeah, I
like
like
we'll
that
just
one.
ask that question just straight up at the start. Who's more vengeful? You think? Do you think men or women are more
Oh,
vengeful?
I think women definitely are more prominent. You know, I think we're quicker to be vengeful, but I think men can be very fucking mean. Does that make sense at
Yeah.
all?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but we're quicker to it.
That makes sense. What do you think?
I think that depends on how evolved the individual is. I don't think it depends on gender at all.
Okay. What do you
I'm
think?
with Haley. It depends on the character.
The character of the person.
I'm
What do you
saying
think?
I definitely think it depends.
Definitely think it depends.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, same.
What do you think?
I can agree with that.
Okay.
Depends on y'all choosing shitty men.
Ron suck my clit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like that's the thing that a lot of women should take into. I feel like not men and women. I feel like a lot of us lack accountability because I'm well aware that I attract a certain type of man for a certain reason. It's pieces of me that part of me that are attracting men because I'm really like that too. To be completely, that's what I believe.
No,
Wait.
I agree with
Wait.
that.
You're like what too? Like kind of like
However-
having fun type of person? Like what do you mean?
Or like
Okay.
you're attracting the same type.
Yes, it's something about me that's attracting these same type of men. So if I can get out of that mind space, whatever it may be, because I feel like a lot of us don't know.
It
might
is
be,
Hold
broken
on.
It might be
pieces.
What's your
attributes-
Instagram real quick?
Shan.
Type it in real quick.
What the fuck? Okay.
Hold on, guys. We're about to figure this out real quick.
What type of man you think I'd be
Well, and I
attracted?
guess-
What we finna
No,
find
no,
out?
it's not the man. It's just I need to see your profile.
Well, and I have a
Oh,
question too.
it's
Do you mean
alright.
like the same
I-
type of
Oh
personality?
yeah,
Can I tell what
yeah.
type?
You want to type it in, Donnie?
I got you.
Or the
It's
We're all
same.
gonna see it.
C
We're all gonna see it.
CHANN.
I just feel like
Yeah. Hopefully it logs you in auto.
okay.
Oh fuck. I don't even know it.
Damn.
got you.
can't
No,
find
hopefully
it.
it auto. It might autofill. It might autofill. It's the TX one though.
Are you about to profile the men?
Oh
you
no,
like?
it's actually not gonna work because I haven't signed in on that laptop in a
Haha,
minute,
they
bro.
can't see it.
I got you.
Oh,
Can
you already
do
know
the
it.
share? Screen
Hopefully
share.
that's. I don't know if that's the same one. I've been changing shit a lot lately
Shanti.
for my guys. that
I'm
be
scared
coming.
for
Yeah,
you,
that's not
girl.
the- Yeah, that's the same one.
Do screen
I'm
share.
ready. What we finna find out?
You can screen share.
Nah, because what you were saying right now was you were saying that the reason why you're attracting those things is because that's just your energy, right?
Whatever I'm putting
It
out,
is,
yeah,
yeah.
you
Okay.
attract what you are.
Yeah.
I firmly believe in that.
Yeah. Well, I can like specify. It's more about your pictures on your Instagram.
I mean, I've heard that too.
like
But most
Really?
like you're gonna reap what you
Really?
sow. Like, and this
That's
isn't even that
true.
bad, but it's bad enough where you're gonna reap what you sow.
I
Whoa,
Like,
check
you're
mine
gonna-
out. I want to know.
I
Huh?
fully
Check
pledge.
mine out. What do you think about that?
Okay.
I
I'm serious. I
understand
don't
that.
think it is
And
about
that's why I
Instagram.
don't take half the men that
What's your
I don't
Instagram?
Instagram serious.
Jackie with 2
There,
E's.
it's the language.
Jackie,
It's
not like
the
your mom.
language
So-
for
so
me.
here's
There's
the
broke
thing.
language and there's leader
one?
language.
Dot Carol. 2 E's.
So like we're
Gotcha.
talking about situationships and all this thing. I don't sleep with people. Like I just got out of a long-term relationship, and again, like it's you attract people based on how you are. And so based on my last 2 relationships and these men who said they were committed, and then after like all this time didn't, I'm like, okay, something about me, like they're not wanting to commit. I try and give them everything. Like I give them a space, go with the boys. Like I'm supportive through all of it. You can be emotional. Okay, something in them is not getting more
Committing.
masculine.
Yeah, something in
They-
them.
they get very feminine when they're with me, and I don't know what it is. So I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, so now I'm trying to be more in my feminine energy to attract more masculine.
You
How-
should
how
never.
old is
You
that?
should never blame them. It's always your. If y'all are ever stuck single, it is your fault.
I'm not
1,000%.
stuck single. I can go get whoever I want.
No. There's a difference between get whoever you want and get who get
Who
a
you
simp
want.
and get who you really want.
Yeah.
Because if you
Yeah.
really could have who you really wanted, you wouldn't be single. You would be with that person right
So
now.
I'm not looking right now, right?
That's what I hear
focused
every
on you.
time. That's an excuse. It's really
You know,
not true.
If you get out of a long-term relationship and don't focus on yourself to figure out what you want and how to get it, then you're never gonna get it.
I
If you
agree.
just
I mean-
decide to jump into
Wholeheartedly.
another arm, bed, whatever it is,
Well, that's
not
good.
learning.
You'll
That's
never
good that like
evolve.
you want to
Personal
pause
growth.
and you want to learn and stuff like
self-reflection, self-awareness,
Yeah.
responsibility.
What went wrong? What do I want
Absolutely.
different?
But I would still argue though, like if y'all did find the right guy, you're never going to learn to be able to discern correctly on your own. You're
I
not
think
meant to.
at
Women were not
27
built to be able to discern between
Never.
a good guy and a bad guy.
No, I'm
There's a
still
reason why your
growing.
fathers and your uncles and your brothers helped you for over 100,000
What about
years.
if our fathers, brothers, and uncles raped us? What if it's about like we were molested
Guys,
by fucking 5th
She
grade
is the most
type
exception
shit?
to the rule person
No,
I've
I
ever
have
met in my
one
life.
of my
It's
best
crazy.
friends. I mean, just to be honest with you, has family members that affected her in that way
Okay,
as well.
so
I'm just
let's look
throwing
at
that out
studies.
there.
How many people actually go through that in their life? How many women actually go through that?
I don't
Really?
know.
A
lot.
I can't
I've
Really?
read
say
too
that.
many.
Me
just-
too.
Yeah.
What about the
Okay,
Me Too
is it more than
movement?
51%?
You tell us.
No,
Yeah.
I'm asking
I
y'all.
don't
Is it
know.
more than 51%? It's definitely not more than half the
Statistics,
women
I
in the
don't know.
world. So if it's not more than half of them, you're talking about the exception. I don't care about the exception, guys. We're talking about in general.
So,
this is the
yeah, in
podcast. We're
general.
not going to sit here and talk about the little exceptions to the rule, those things that sometimes happen. No,
I
we're
feel like
talking
that
in
has a lot
general.
to
It
do with your
affects
surroundings.
relationships
Huh?
It
tremendously.
happens
It
more
has
than
a-
we
it-
admit.
I feel
I mean,
like
now we're just fully goalpost to a whole different idea.
Well,
I
let
don't
me
even know what the
let me
fuck
throw
we're
one of
being
your
talked
stats back at you.
Yeah,
You
go
say
for
that 33% of the men don't have, they haven't had sex,
about.
right?
Yeah, virgins
With-
and or haven't had sex in
Correct.
last
That's
year.
less than 50%. So why talk about that?
No, I actually don't like talking about the exceptions to the rule ever. No,
That
I
comes
don't.
up on every podcast.
Because we do have to bring, because you want to know why that's a stat that's brought up very often, is because these women don't understand that there's a small percentage of guys that get all the sex, and there's a big percentage of guys that don't get any sex.
That's
So when we bring up that
understandable.
stat,
I do
it's just explaining
And
how
what
the
about
sexual marketplace is
small
compared to women and
percentage
men.
of us
I guess-
who have been abused.
I'm not sitting here playing victim
and
for
then
those
it's
faggots.
I'm
They
not
can
playing
fucking
a
lose all day. I
victim.
don't
I'm
care.
not playing a
I was talking
victim
to her.
because I had to take that power back.
Look, I'm talking to her. Like, you need to stop taking shit so personal. You're taking a lot of shit real personal.
I like it.
nobody's
I
talking to
need
you.
that
no,
personal
just-
development.
Just
You
saying,
know?
I guess I figured as far as like, that is a big thing that happens to women, like I remember I was in a room one time, there was 1 of 4, I was the only one that hadn't been in a situation like that. That's a fact.
That's
That is
why
a
I said
fact.
a lot of that depends on like your surroundings, because I can only give an opinion based on what I see.
Yeah,
You know
and
what
so
I'm saying?
and what we find is there's a lot of people that have gone through a lot of trauma, a lot of damage. And yeah, why is the world fucked up today? There's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of damage, and nobody knows how to heal from it. Nobody knows how to heal from it. And if anything, I would say most people just make shit worse for their own life. Like, if you had that trauma in y'all's life or something like that, how often does it come up again because of you bringing it, like you kind of manifesting it?
If you
because you're doing, women, we're talking about abuse. Do y'all know who's the most abusive? The most abusive households are lesbian households. Why? Like, why is it that lesbians are the most physically abusive?
I can honestly say
That's
I've
interesting.
I've come across a lot of men who were sexually abused by older women when they were growing up. To be honest, I've come across that a lot. So I can see that.
Manipulated.
I can see that.
The biggest thing is like whenever I hate when the abuse stuff is brought up and stuff, because it's always like a constant. It's the one card that y'all can play that's just like fuck men. But like you keep bringing up a lot of negatives sometimes, and I could tell you're real damaged. Like you have gone through a lot of shit, and you are actually a misandrist. You actually hate men, and like I really feel bad for you. Like I'm sorry whatever happened to you in your past, but you need to stop taking it out on other men for the rest of your life. And I'm not saying that you even do that. You were really respectful out here.
I take it out on everybody.
Yeah. Well, I just want you to know though, like that's not gonna fix anything though. Like what's gonna fix it
How
is,
do I heal? How
Not
do I heal?
everybody's the
What's
same.
the solution?
learning the truth. Like
Not
honestly,
everybody's the
that's
same.
why I do this show, is because if y'all learn the truth about men, you'll stop hating them. Just like how when guys learn the truth about women, sometimes they stop hating them because they're like, oh, I'm not going to get mad that she was hypergamous. Oh, I'm not going to get mad that she did this. That's human nature. So if you learn about human nature, you learn about why men do these things, then you might be like, okay, I understand it. And abuse happens a lot because of households being like everything, almost all issues in today come from poverty mostly. Okay, I'm not saying all of it. There's definitely abuse. There's definitely abuse in high. I got in a huge argument last week over this. There's definitely abuse up in the high households, but since there's a lot of people in poverty and the wealth gap has completely disappeared right now, it's a bunch of lower class and a few higher class, and the middle gap is like gone. So because of that, there's even more abuse. Because what's going to cause even more abuse? Y'all shit testing your man because y'all are broke. Him not being able to have confidence and be a happy man because he can barely pay for a new tire when y'all need it. Like y'all got to understand how emasculated men are today and how masculine women are, which causes even more divide in the household, even more fights and all this shit. Like it's crazy how much we don't like to sit there and reflect on ourselves and be like, what did I do to like cause this, or what did I do to bring this up to happen?
I am damaged. I'm highly toxic, and that was my point. I'm still healing as a woman. You know, I still do desire a relationship that is healthy with a family dynamic that is healthy. But from where I'm coming from, it's like, do you even care about that? And how many people that we have to share those pieces of our parts? Like, we share those pieces. Like when we talk about the broken pieces and we're attracting parts of ourselves, we attract these people. I attract these pieces because I'm so fucking broken.
No,
I will
it's
never
really not.
settle.
It's really not. Y'all want to know it? I mean, yeah, sometimes like I was joking with the guys earlier when you were talking. I'll go ahead and bring it up now. Like you're alpha widowed. And like what that is where like you've experienced a certain level of certain things and you can never backtrack. Like there could be an awesome average dude that's 5'8", makes $60K a year. He'd probably never get a chance with you. And the thing is, like, once you're alpha widowed to a certain, but this is why it's dangerous for y'all to sleep around, because when y'all release oxytocin from orgasms and you get pair bonded to a certain guy and it hurts when he breaks it off from you, and then you go to another guy and you do it again, you go to another guy, do it again. Next thing you know, you're doing that 20 times and you have no feelings anymore.
None.
You're like,
I have
fuck
no
this.
feelings.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's exactly what happens, and we can prove that. There's studies that show women have a 12% happiness after 20 bodies in a relationship. 12% happiness in a marriage after they've had 20 bodies.
Or 12% chance at a happy marriage?
No, it's just like they're like 12% of them are happy. When they did the study, they asked them, "Are you happy in your marriage?" And the women over 20 bodies, there was only 12% of them said that they were happy in their marriage. And that number is like at 2 or 3 bodies is like 80% or something like that.
Well, and like I said, that's why I don't sleep around. Like I know I'm a romantic. I know I'll fall in love. Like
it's gonna
out
hurt.
of nothing.
Yeah.
So I stay guarded. Unless you're all in, I'm not gonna be all in.
Yeah.
You know?
So I gotta ask really quick. Where do you work at again?
I'm a pastry chef.
A pastry chef. Okay. And where do you work at again?
I'm a massage therapist and I'm also a stripper.
Okay, so like I just need to like show like a little dynamic here though. Your environment is what's gonna make it hard for you. If you're around women that are finessing dudes all day, if you're around a bunch of beta cuck simp dudes throwing money and shit, it's gonna give you this mentality of like the sexual dynamic that's really off. And like if you could honestly completely avoid that and like somehow get away from it, I really think you would be in a way better spot, because it's gonna sit there and mentally drain you and make you think that men are a certain way, that they're really not. All men are like that. I have to teach men all the time online because there's a huge section of the internet of guys that think all women are hoes.
Yeah.
All women are hoes. And I have to teach them, no, bro, you need to go here. You need to go do this. It's your environment. You're using dating apps. You're doing this. And like when you do certain things as a guy that doesn't get anything, you just inevitably end up fucking a hoe. And then they're like, damn, it fucking 3 girls in a row. They must all be like this. And it's like, no, bro, it's the places where you went. It's who you talk to. It's those are just those type of girls. And if you go to this place, or if you go here, or if you try this, you might find a good girl. And a lot of these guys, they like shoot themselves in the foot because they portray themselves a certain way. And when a good good relationship girl gets out of a relationship, they wouldn't even consider those type of guys sometimes.
Why
So-
am I disqualified as a good girl just because of my occupation? First of all, second of all, how come I cannot grow from where I'm at right now?
What do you mean? What do you mean you can't grow?
So because I'm a hoe right now,
I'm not calling you a hoe.
I'm calling myself a hoe.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I'm sorry, I looked at the camera.
Yeah, as long as you're.
But
as long as you're
listen,
confident.
it's real shit. Like, I've always been a hoe ever since I was in middle school, you guys. Like, I have to say, like, don't feel bad for me because I'm taking my power back. I'm liberating women and telling women wherever you come from, it's okay to explore yourself.
Hold on. Are you hypersexual?
What is that?
Are you hypersexual?
Like
Do you,
fucking everybody and anybody?
No. Hypersexual, is it easy for you to have orgasms? Like, can you have multiple
Takes a
back-to-back
long time.
orgasms?
It takes me about 30
Can you have
minutes.
Can you have back-to-back to back?
Not yet.
No. But
Not
no, like
yet.
are you the type where you can have back-to-back to back?
I mean, if
And can you like are you the type where like sometimes like you want to have sex really bad and like you'll do whatever, like you'll go do it right then?
No.
You don't consider yourself hypersexual?
No.
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 Okay. Did you have any trauma? I don't even want to dig this far deep, but did you have any trauma when you were a child sexually?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the problem. You're sitting here speaking from a point of view of a woman that had trauma from your childhood, sexual trauma from your childhood, and you're trying to sit here and say that it's no big deal. I have freedom now. I have sexual liberation from it. What really happened is you actually have really bad trauma and you still haven't dealt with it correctly yet. You're using this whole thing of I can be sexually liberated. I can have all this sex and stuff, and that's what's going to fix those things. That's not what fixes those things. God is what's going to fix that. Like
Amen.
you're not going to fix it just sitting there lying to yourself all day about that. And like it's sad because what you just said, you know how you told all of them like be sexually liberated, ladies, y'all can take you can take your bodies back. A lot of women say that.
How
lot of
often do
women
you go to
say that,
church?
man.
If you don't mind me asking, how often do you go
I
to
don't
church?
believe that the church is a building. That's not what it is. And like a lot of people need to understand something about me on this show. I'm not some super strong Christian. I am not. I call myself a very secular Christian. I went to church very hardcore from 12 to 15, and not because my parents made me or anything like that, because I went and served at a church because I wanted to. I literally started homeschooling just so I could go there even more. Okay. I was a very strong Christian. I memorized the Bible. I did a lot of that stuff. And I stopped and I went completely against it at one point. I became a complete atheist by the time I was 16 and then went all the way back to Christianity as over 15 years. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely a lot of truth in the Bible. The problem is we always personify with God. We always like to make God into this figure with a beard in the sky.
If I may, it's about our personal
relationship,
relationship, right? It's about our personal relationship. So how do you know, because I'm more spiritual than religious, how do you know that that's not how
even
God's
deep in
trying
your
to
heart,
liberate me?
Even deep in your heart, you know that you're not supposed to do that.
He put us here naked.
I know.
He put us here naked.
Yeah, but and do you know why we wear clothes now?
He killed his own
do you
brother.
know why we wear clothes though? Like, do you know why we have to cover ourselves? Because of our sin. Like that. Like we're not perfect. Like none of us are perfect. So because of that, we need to constantly reach perfection. Like I see God as parallel lines. Like we're just trying to be perfect, and like not everybody's gonna become perfect. Okay.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I feel like with a lot of us, when it comes to like trauma or healing or accountability, whatever you may have it, I feel like one of the biggest things that holds us back, Kelly, is our ego, because that ego is not your real self. It's something that we created over time based on what we went through, our surroundings. So, you know, we become adaptive. So in our head, we think that we're this person. We think that we're really this type of way, and we think, but it's that's not the real you. And I feel like when we are able to acknowledge that ego and face it and then let it go, then it'll help to heal
Mind over matter.
and to step into, your real, the real who I am, who Chantel is.
Yeah.
And that's kind of something that I'm going through like right now. Cause I'm with you. Like I've been, I've got some trauma from my past. Like I said, I grew up with my dad. My dad had a lot of girlfriends, and those girlfriends had a lot of sons. And a lot of times I was left at the house because they were working.
Yeah.
They had to work a lot. And, you know, I went through what the fuck I went through. But I don't really like to compare myself. I don't like to do that. Because,
Yeah.
you know, everybody's different.
Yeah.
So I can't take what the fuck I went through and be like, oh, because I got over, like, you know, like.
The biggest thing, though, is, like, we got to take from this is we got to protect our kids from sexual trauma. The earlier that shit happens, the more it sexualizes them. Sometimes it causes hypersexuality.
It does.
And, like, it causes a cluster B disorders, histrionic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder. All these things come from that early childhood trauma, and it's almost every time sexual. So we have to protect our kids as much as possible. We got to start telling people, you know, like, when these things happen, don't sit there and let it control your life and make you into this whole different person. Realize, like your true self. And I really believe, like, your true self, I know every woman deep in their heart knows that sleeping around doesn't feel good. I know y'all know it. Like, I don't have to tell you that. Like, you know it, and you knew it as a child. Like, you knew it when you were young, and you still know it. It's just deep down in there. And, like, the second you start cutting people off and, like, you let that go, it's just a habit. We all have bad habits, guys. We all got bad habits. Like, I have my bad habits. You know, hers just might be this, like, one thing, but everybody has their own bad habits, and we can all stop them. The biggest thing I preach on the show is just stop sleeping around, because, and I'm not even telling y'all to stop sleeping around to make y'all's lives better. It's also to make my men better. Y'all really don't get it that these guys are going to be fucking shitty until y'all all cut the dick off. When y'all all cut it off, they have to become better men. And the world is really bad right now, guys. Like, it's really fucked up. And if y'all want the world to become a better place, we need stronger men. We need stronger men. So, like, I don't even want to sit here and just shame and do all this shit like that, because it's fucking stupid. It's just, at the end of the day, you're a really good person. Like, when you came in here, your energy, like, how you wanted to help out, just everything about you, you have, like, one of the most giving energies I've ever seen. Like, just straight off the bat, as soon as I talked to you and met you, a guy would love that. Like, I know that like, you're the type of person that loves to give that to people. But yeah, so I would just love for you to find a guy, like, give that love to the right person.
I've got a guy who seems like he's the right guy, you guys.
Oh,
9 months.
I really hope that you'll give up the strip club for him. That's all.
Actually, I kind of want to point out one more thing real quick, too. Like, just to kind of touch on that. I know right before the show, too, Kelly, you had mentioned something real loud. You were like, I'm never fucking a broke man again. So that alone proves everything that Sergio just said. You know, the reason why you won't fuck a broke man, because you know you need something better, or you want something better. Yeah. So if you ladies just stop fucking dudes, keep your legs closed, then obviously it's going to make men be better.
Yeah. I really, do you know what hypergamy is? Does anybody here?
I don't.
Hypergamy is women like to date across and up social hierarchies.
52%.
Yeah, 52%. Y'all, women, if a guy makes 100K a year, or if you make 100K a year, you probably want a guy who makes about 152K a year. This is just what studies have shown average.
Sounds right.
And so whenever you look at it that way, all women are technically gold diggers. That it's just, I really believe all women are gold diggers. Just some are better at hiding the shovel. It's really not a big deal, though. Like, I accept it. I accept hypergamy. Just like how this is going to maybe piss you off a little bit, I also accept that there's a caliber of men that are going to sleep around a lot. And it's because it's in their nature. They got it up to that point where they can do that, and most men aren't going to be able to. So I have to look at them, and instead of being like, y'all are such bad men, y'all are sleeping with all the girls, it's hurting my feelings. No, I have to just be like, damn, that, like, you're going to do what you do, bro. Like that's human nature. But at the same time, I have to accept if my girlfriend breaks up with me because I lost my job, it's because I fucking suck and hypergamy kicked in, and she's going to have to go to the better guy.
Is it about gold digger, though, or is it more about providing, like going back to traditions? We want someone that
provider
provides.
And protector.
It's not like, I'm a gold digger, I want you to make more money. I want you to I
usually don't use the derogatory terms. I usually say provider too.
Yeah.
No,
I
agree.
Love is not enough.
Protection.
Yeah, provide and protection.
Love's not enough. You know what I mean? I think
you got to feel safe.
Well, yeah, like I think everybody who's been in a relationship that was like, you know, you could see something, but it just wasn't going there. You knew and found out, like, I love this guy, like, a lot, but it's not enough. Like, he's just not.
I think it goes back to nobody wants to talk about traditional gender roles, but like when I have kids, I want to raise my kids. I don't want a daycare to raise my kids. I don't want somebody else to raise my kids.
I do.
And so in order for me to be able to do that, I need a provider. And I don't think that makes me a gold digger. I think it's, again, about raising the future generation. And I can do that best, better than strangers and TV and iPads.
You know what? I didn't realize that until, like, I got married when I was 18. And I was a housewife. I did not work. I stayed at home and I raised my kids, and I hated it. Not that I hated my kids, but I was just so
There's just so much opportunity out there.
miserable. I was so
It's
miserable.
FOMO
You
though.
wanna be
It's
home.
FOMO, right?
You needed purpose.
Yeah, but
You
now
needed
that
more
I'm
purpose.
older, yeah, I understand it more. And
Well, it's
honestly-
temporary. You think about like being a housewife, like eventually they're going to school, and then you got to get back into the
Exactly.
world.
And
you know?
I wasn't seeing longevity. I
See,
wasn't
but y'all
seeing the
y'all
bigger
need to think
picture.
about though, like how bad, like y'all know how many women get destroyed by FOMO. Like they'll have really happy situations, something like that. But when you sit there on Instagram, when you sit there on Facebook, when you see people partying, going out of town, vacation, all this stuff, you'll quickly take everything you have for granted.
Yeah, that's
You'll
very
That was
quickly,
societal.
me.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah, you'll
I
very
did
quickly.
that.
quickly.
Talk
That's
about the
scrolling,
new
that's
body.
You know,
Yeah.
that's scrolling, that's being on your phone, that's being able to have access to what everybody's doing at all
Yep.
times. You know, that's definitely where that stems from.
I wanted to ask really quick, like, would y'all consider yourselves like kind of more masculine today, women?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've
like-
had to be.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
it's not
mean?
your own fault. So this
I
going
don't
kind of goes
know.
back to like, so if we look at major cities, women are in some major cities, women are out earning men right now. Women are graduating at 60% of the rate from college compared to men. So when we look at stuff like that, there's becoming more and more women with money, but less and less dudes because of hypergamy. There's less and less dudes that y'all want. And then because of like dating apps and Instagram stuff, y'all see these chiseled hot guys. So, and once you experience that, sometimes you don't want to go under that again because it's like, damn. And the thing is, guys will fuck down. Like a guy who's literally a 10, like a model, will fuck a girl that's like a 5 or a 6
Well, like
sometimes.
another perspective too, though.
And then
is,
you
like,
think you're a fucking 10 then after that.
if you're that girl that does like want a chiseled guy, right? And you go after a chiseled guy, and he literally is like, oh, Chad, frat boy, you know, kind of guy, and he does all the shit that you didn't want him to do. You might actually like avoid that type too, though, in the future. You know what I mean? Like,
That's been my
you've
experience.
definitely pointed out
The better
before,
he
like
looks.
you can pick 2 out
What,
of
the
3,
cycle?
right?
Yeah.
Like the attractiveness, faithfulness, and success, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And a lot of the women didn't take the attractive
I'm not
guy.
taking
Yeah.
attractive either. Like,
Yeah.
get that shit out of here. I'll get attracted to you.
I
you know?
actually argue for that a lot. I get a lot of shit on the internet in the red pill space because a lot of guys love to cope and say that the only way you can get a girl today is with the gym and all this other shit. It's like, dude,
No,
I've had serious
just be a
relationships
good
my whole
guy.
life without
Absolutely
ever having to
not.
hit the gym one time.
I'm sorry, but a
Um,
guy that's roided out or just took a protein shake, I'm out. Like, I'm take it.
I,
But
I like to say it's a cycle. Sometimes women will date those guys and then they're like, dude, I hate that shit. And then they want like the like nerdy guy or like the uglier guy, like and then like, but sometimes they're like, oh, this guy was so beta, or he was such a sim, or like maybe he was so depressed because he didn't go to the gym. He was like 5'8", so I don't know, maybe he was more insecure, you know. And then they're like, you know what, I want to go back to that guy who was super cocky and like thought he was the shit. So sometimes women go through this little cycle of back and forth until they get lucky on one. Like they get a nerdy guy that's actually kind of like cool, or they get like a really hot guy that's actually like kind of a nerd or something, and then they're like, fuck yeah, I hit the lottery, you know. And like that's like really rare, I feel
I
like.
also think that's like reciprocation a little bit because personally, I think I want someone that goes to the gym because I spend my time in the gym.
Yeah, gym
So
people should be with gym people 1000%.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really, what do you attract to? Who are you like? Because that's what you're going to look for.
Yeah, no. I want to ask, you know, really quick. I asked y'all a second ago. Do y'all feel more masculine today? Say like you're at the club. No, I'll give you another example. Say like somebody breaks into y'all's house. You and your husband are sleeping in bed together. So y'all hear the front door get kicked in, and instantly y'all wake up and he looks over at you and he's just like, are you gonna grab the gun?
I'm grabbing the gun. That was my first instinct.
I want to know. I want to know really quick though. If he looks at y'all though, like you're supposed to go take care of the issue, how would that make you feel? How does it
Damn,
make
it's
you
like that? Like, you don't love me enough to get shot
go-
first?
How does that make you feel?
Oh, I don't feel safe.
You don't feel safe? How does it make you feel?
I kind of have a backstory to that, but it would make me definitely feel some type of way. It made me look at them different.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm grabbing the gun.
But how would you feel? I want to know how you feel emotionally
Look,
from
my
it.
first instinct is I'm an independent woman. I've got this shit. I've lived alone before. I'm gonna do it.
She's so logical, it's no emotion. How does that
just-
make you feel?
I mean,
I want to know emotionally how would y'all feel if you had to look over at your man and he did that?
honestly, I don't know, but it's all like fight or flight. And I think I would grab the gun fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would hope
Yeah,
so.
I would
Yeah.
feel like I just grew a dick and balls.
Okay, hopefully.
Like,
yeah.
just to be honest with you, like, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
I feel
well,
like
usually
I
the
would-
women are like,
I don't have a problem taking care of it, but
You-
Yeah, yeah.
you-
I'll
usually
take
the
care of
women
it,
are
but
like-
I expect you to also want to take care of it.
if you're there, you should
Yeah.
be doing that.
If
You-
I'll do it, you
I just
want to
know, would it make you
Yeah.
feel some type of way?
Yes.
It would
Okay, it would
Yeah.
make you feel some type of
Yeah.
way about your man,
Yeah.
regardless of protecting yourselves. Y'all would feel some type of way about
Because
the guy,
I would
right?
do it. I would
Okay.
grab it, but like,
Well-
are you gonna?
Okay, well, here's the thing. That's how men feel when we have to tell women how to be women.
Mhm.
Okay? So it really sucks whenever women are super masculine from society and all this stuff, and then we have to come and tell y'all, hey, put down that masculinity, like, stop arguing with me, like, stop doing this stuff. We, like, it doesn't feel good to sit there and have to tell y'all to be feminine women.
My man
That's
has
fair.
to tell
That
me
is fair.
to do my hair. He and his daughter did help me to do my hair today, and I did the best that I could. And he
You
has
did
to
good. You
he
did
has
good.
to
You did
push
great.
me to do my makeup and stuff because I'm all natural. Yep, baby.
There's
I'm
nothing
just
wrong with
as
that,
regular
though.
degular as it comes.
They
Hey,
like it natural.
I'm surprised.
Same.
But I think that's a good point too, because my personality, my work requires Type A personality men, and honestly, I have to be able to match that at least a little bit. And so I've definitely been in relationships where I needed to drop that shit at the door. You know what I mean? I didn't need to be so combative because like that's just how I had to do my day to day, and so it was hard to separate that coming into place. So I guess as far as the whole, that could have been definitely a situation where a man was telling me be more feminine, right?
Yeah.
But like that sounds so harsh, right? For like
Also sounds
be
harsh
like,
to tell somebody to go lose weight, but I mean, sometimes they need to hear it. Like,
right,
shit
I
happens.
get that, but it's a I guess if I heard that a different way, right? Instead of be more like a woman or be more like a girl, just say, hey, why don't you treat me with more respect? Like treat me like a fucking person, you
Yeah.
know? That's where I think that kind of comes into play too. But
You want to be respected more.
yeah, I mean, I think with respect comes love.
Well, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, because since I was in a long-term relationship, there was a lot of growing that I did in that relationship. It was a lot of, hey, I want to take care of you. Will you let me? And coming at me from that softer side, I was like, oh yeah, actually, I want to be taken care of. But it takes a man who is strong enough to, again, like be more masculine than you are for you to become feminine.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
have to make you safe enough to let down those guards, to be emotional, because a lot of men aren't worth doing that for.
Yeah, and I would agree with you, but I got to ask something really quick. Do you think respect is earned?
Do you ask that on every
Most
podcast?
definitely. Most
Huh?
definitely
You'll see.
respect is earned.
You think it's earned?
Most definitely.
I don't know, because there are certain people that I've met that I've immediately respected.
So there is a baseline respect that all humans should give to other humans.
Absolutely.
But I mean, like, the respect of just like when you're with a spouse, like, do you like would you say that like you
My
need to earn
respect
it with
meter
somebody who's your
starts
spouse?
full, and then you have to shit on me for it to come down. With me, like I start with like utmost, I'll do anything for you.
And I would
Yeah.
say it's actually very natural for it to be that way. And I'll explain to y'all why, okay? Because naturally, how we're driven and how it was for thousands of years, the Bible talks a lot about the cycle between respect and love, okay? And the way that this works is it's based off of responsibility. So who had the most responsibility for thousands of years?
Men.
The man did, okay? So because of that, the way the cycle works, and this is the same cycle with children to their parents, the same cycle with the church to the people, and the same cycle as the as a slave to their owner. Because so if you have more responsibility, if the parents have more responsibility over the child, then the child needs to respect the parents, and the parents will love the child. And it's the same in a marriage, or it's the same in a relationship. Y'all are to respect your man, and he will love you. And I don't believe that there should be this conditionality behind it, because sometimes women have conditions behind their respect. I'm not saying that you do at
No,
all.
I definitely
but-
have before. Like to be honest with you.
Yeah, sometimes there's conditionality to it, and there shouldn't be conditions to y'all's respect. If he's that guy who puts you in that position, respect him, and just bottom line respect him. And say he has more responsibility because he's protecting and providing, he's doing everything. Say like you feel disrespected in a point or something like that, he has more responsibility. He's more stressed out. I'm not saying you're saying that he should fucking yell at you every day or anything like that, but I'm going to say that you should be able to be understanding if he did it 1 month, he came home from work and he was pissed off or something. And a lot of that respect is gone, because usually like a guy comes home today and him and his wife split the bills and he's mad about something, and next thing you know, she's like, "Oh well, I'm doing this too," and where's the respect? It's gone. There's no respect in the relationship. But it's because the responsibility is split today. And whose fault is that? Powers that be, the dollar being devalued. They wanted more taxpayers, so they pushed you on into the workforce. Like all this shit is all based off all that shit every time. The money. You know, it's always based off of money.
Yeah, but I think that's a good thing to recognize, like the whole respect thing. I mean, that's
And
definitely good.
since that's the natural order, we have to fall back to it. Even if it feels super uncomfortable, even if you're splitting the bills with your man, you better fucking respect him like he's the head of house because it's the only thing that makes
Honey,
it feel right.
I gotta intervene here because I've got boundaries. I've got boundaries.
Okay, well here, that's a good thing you brought up actually, boundaries. Do y'all believe that you want to be in a relationship with a guy where you walk into his frame and his boundaries, or where he's walking into your frame and your
Let
boundaries?
me know what your boundaries are. Communication.
Well, I'm just gonna say, like, can we all kind of agree in relationships when you've been in a relationship, like one person kind of has more power? Like there's one person who's walking to the other one's frame, into their guidelines, into their control, their rules, you know, like their type of thing.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so because of that, you know, do you want a guy that you make the boundaries and he's coming to your frame, or do you want it the other way around where you're going to the guy's frame?
Why can't it be even?
I'm coming
It's
into
just
his
usually not.
frame.
I've never seen it even
No, I'm
relationship.
coming into his frame. I feel uncomfortable because I'm a very independent woman. I've been taking care of myself for 5 years.
But you do want to go into the leaders, into his frame, like he's the leader.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I want to respect that.
Okay. No, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I do. I mean, just to be honest with you, I think about a lot. You know, I know you hate the word partner, but in my opinion, like an ideal marriage, whether like woman or man, honest to God, is somebody who I can come in and like be a partner with. You know what I mean?
A team.
If it's not even 50-50, it's not even 100-100, like I'm gonna have 20 days and
Yeah.
you need to be my 80 on that 20 day, and vice versa, you know?
Yeah. Well, like teammate's a good way to put it. I just, you know
Teammate.
why I hate the word partner. Like it's been literally pushed into society
Right.
to make us confused about a lot
I
of words right now.
understand.
So yeah.
LGBTQ.
But I think
Yeah.
that the definition of like, I guess teammate is the
And like,
same,
but
same,
even
same.
then though, I'm gonna have to do this now. Like I got to bring up, you know, who's the prize, the man or the woman here? Because if you have this mentality of it being 50-50 all the time, I'm telling you, it just fucks up that respect love cycle. It gets fucked up when you do that. You need to always want to go into the guy's frame. Just really quick, well, no, who's the prize? Do you think men or women's prize?
That's a difficult.
You can say 50-50
Situation.
if you want, or you can say 51-49, like one's just
I
a little
feel
bit more
like
than
in
the
an
other.
ideal relationship, you both think the other is the prize.
You both think the other one's prize? What do you think?
I want to say the female is the prize, but I would agree
Because she
that
can make a
it's-
baby, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's so amazing.
You
I
want to
want it to be-
procreate.
I
You
want
want
it,
to
That's why we
build.
exist.
I
I'm
want it
not-
to
I'm
be
not saying it
50-50. I think that we should both feel like we are the prize, and we should both
Yeah,
make each other
We're
feel
gonna
like we are
say
the
that
prize.
both people feel like the prize in these situations, but logically speaking,
the female
who's
is the
more
prize.
the prize? But
The
we're gonna say
female.
feelings wise,
Yes,
for it's
Jack.
50-50.
I
Because like
think-
obviously with me and my girl, feelings wise, it's kind of 50-50. But at the end of the day, there is somebody that is the prize.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I think it's a female.
What do you think?
I think the man.
You think the man? What do you think?
Woman.
What do you think?
I think that it has to be selfish. Like if someone is doing something for me or showing me love, they don't need to be like expecting something back, and vice versa. Especially like give a lot of love, and I love to love people. They don't have to love me back. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, that's devotion.
that's-
Actually,
you are the
that's actually
prize.
devotion. No, good job. That's what being Christ-like is, and I would say the best form of love is being Christ-like. No, and so yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think the man.
The man?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll explain it to my two ladies who think the women is the prize, or was it three of y'all? I don't know. So if there was an island with 100 men, an island with 100 women, the one with 100 men had one woman, and the one with 100 women had one man. Which one of them is going to be fully populated or more populated in 10 years?
Women.
The one with all the women.
The one with 100 women and one man.
Mhm.
So who creates more life, men or women?
Women.
Damn.
No, men do.
No, men.
Men-
a man
men
can
create
get a
more
lot
life.
of women
The other-
pregnant
The
in
guy-
1 year. A woman can only have one kid a year.
Yeah, so the guy who had the most kids had 777. The woman with the most had 69. So men create more life. Okay, in a shorter period of time, men create way more life. All right, and obviously this isn't every man. This is only valuable men that could even get away with something like that. So
But do we need that much life?
Modern day
Hold on.
technology.
hold on. That's just one of my stillmans. Okay, so also, who puts the ring on your finger?
Man.
The man
What
does.
about
I mean,
women who ask men to marry them?
That's some weird shit, man. That's some
Going
weird.
by the exception.
So, exception to the rules, as always,
You're
guys.
just trying to be
Them
different.
claiming
Who's-
their
Just trying to be
prize.
Who's the gatekeeper of relationships?
Men.
Once again, it's the men. Okay, so
What
you
if-
have to fall
Why
in line
is
to
the
get.
gatekeeper not God, though? Because Marriage is holy.
I mean, God's not the gatekeeper of sex. Women are. I'm sorry. I wish God was the gatekeeper of y'all's vagina and y'all would keep it closed, but it doesn't work that
I
way.
think I said that women are the prize
Listen,
because I say I'm the prize.
No, but here, hold on. So, like, once again, the guy is the prize because you have to get in line to get the ring. You have to do. Y'all need to act a certain way if you ever want to actually end up with a ring on your finger. Okay, so the guy is the prize, especially the guy that you want to marry. The guys that y'all want, he's the prize. Once again, what do we need in society today? Masculinity. Do we not see a lot of women that have to be masculine? Because if y'all weren't masculine, we would be fucked. Like
I would
we
be
all,
broke. I
like,
would be
I would-
dead.
yeah,
Like, literally,
but
I
for
would be-
society to run, we need that masculinity, right? So when we do have masculine men, they are the prize. When he is a masculine man and he's doing what he's supposed to do, he's the prize. Also, is there more pretty women or is there more high value guys?
I mean, there's more
Power of the
pretty-
pussy.
There's way more
There's
pretty
more
women.
women.
There's way more pretty women. So because of supply and demand, once again, the guy's the prize. There's very few of them, and there's way more women. I'm not going to say all men are the prize, ladies, because most guys aren't. Most guys are not the prize at all.
The other
But
thing,
when y'all do find a guy that is the prize, I would fall in line.
I think
Well,
the
what
other,
do you consider is a prize?
Hmm?
What do you consider?
A high value guy, a guy who's a provider, a protector. The biggest thing is not lying. Guys are cowards today. If you can find a guy that's even honest with you about sleeping around or anything like that, that's better than most. Or if you can find a guy that can just be truly honest with you over I don't know, everything. Like, because most
What
guys
about-
most guys definitely lie. So like, y'all really gotta get in your head that all guys lie. Like women fall in love with their ears and men fall in love with their eyes. So guys lie and women wear makeup.
You know
Like
that-
it's always gonna be that way.
That's something that my dad instilled in me, like growing up. He always told me, and I kind of had to fight it a little bit because I refused to believe like all men are bullshit. But he would always tell me, like, honey, I don't care if you're in love with the guy. I don't care how much you talk to him all day. If you can rest assured he's entertaining at least 2 or 3 other women.
Yeah, at least he was honest with you. Like, ladies, I do this show because y'all don't have no fucking help today. Y'all get no discernment ability, especially if it's a house. If you grew up in a household with no father, brother, uncle, or you have those things, but they just ignored you because they're playing video games,
or they didn't know how to teach,
or they
you.
didn't know how to teach it. Yeah, so like we have to do these shows. Like we have to teach women these things because nobody else is going to teach y'all. And for thousands of years, I would argue there's no way y'all could fucking discern on your own. You still today, y'all can't do it on your own.
Trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error. But then what happens? You can end up with too high of a body count doing trial and error too much. Like,
And a lot of trauma.
yeah, and a lot of trauma. Yeah, so like that's the biggest thing. Like I do this show because some of y'all need a brother, uncle, anything like that, and I'll be that guy for y'all. I'll tell y'all exactly the guys that are fuckboys. I can see it from a mile away better than a woman who had to get 30 bodies to learn it. I knew it from
I
the
got
get-go.
1,000 at least. Yeah.
Great way
You
to
can't
find
kill
out is
those
not giving it
demons.
to 'em.
Shut
Huh?
up.
A great way to find out is by not giving it to him. You know how many guys will hit me up and then as soon as I'm like, oh no, I don't do hookups or ghost me, like
Yeah.
they weed themselves out.
Yeah. And I always say that like.
Yeah.
Like the hoes stay fucking the hoes. Like for the most part, there's like a bunch of hoe people and they're just all fucking each other. And there's a bunch of people in the middle that are like, what the fuck? And then like every once in a while, the middle people accidentally fuck one of the hoes, and we're like, what the fuck? They're crazy. Like but really they
And
just
you like it.
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
crazy and you like
they
it.
got cluster B disorders and shit, and then like we think that's normal, and then we sit there and we end up in relationships with people with all these disorders, and you're like, holy shit, like this is just because I pulled one of the hoes out of the fucking hoe bubble, and now I ended up with them. I think that happens a lot.
Hell yeah, that happens a lot.
A lot of the biggest problem for women is that y'all get dickmatized really easily and get
Ladies,
used for your pussy.
We do not always have to be hoes, okay? It's a growing process, and that's why I started this as women empowerment, because a lot of us have wounds that we're all learning to heal through together, okay? A lot of men do not understand that. And so don't get stuck in that, oh, she's a hoe and I accidentally fucked her and all this. If you really care about him and you want to heal and you want to grow, it comes outside of him. He cannot help you with that because he doesn't understand the depth.
Today, Junior.
Let me read that super chat really quick. $5 from Just Jerry. It's too early to go out. Freaks come out at night. Yeah, we're gonna go out tonight. It's gonna be fun as fuck. Can't wait.
We're going to a drag show.
I'm not going to that.
S4,
No.
the Rose Room, everybody.
Don't tell them we're at.
Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, know your crowd.
Guys, I want to ask ladies, who's better at hiding cheating? We'll start with you on this one.
Women. Men are stupid.
Men are
Yeah.
stupid. You think? What do you think?
I say women.
Women? What do you think? Women?
I let my man know every time I fuck something.
Wow. What a cuck.
Mine is Go ahead, Skip.
It's an evil world we live in.
Huh?
I don't know.
Right?
You don't know who cheats more, or what
Who's
was
better
it?
at
Who's
hiding
better
it?
at hiding it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I've never.
She's like, I've never hit it. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not necessarily a cheater, but I think women, because there's been stories where I've heard that they were cheating, and I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Well,
So-
no,
The only
so
exception I'll make is that men will have like a whole separate other family, and women can't do that.
look, like
Mhm.
women
Mhm.
aren't better at cheating. It's just easier to cheat as a woman because there's way more options out there. It's really easy for y'all to have some fucking dude on the side and literally go and he'll pump it up you really quick. Like you'll get your little shit and you'll be off. Like you literally go on your lunch break or right after work in 15 minutes, and you're back to your fucking kissing your husband at home.
Well, it's
Like,
pretty easy for
women-
a guy to emotionally cheat on their cell phone as well, right? Like,
So-
I've definitely had guys that were.
So like I just see like the thing is when women
Have
say
a
stuff
date.
like this, it's just like y'all once again have no ability to discern, because the second you should see a guy that likes pictures, comments, has a bunch of girls that he follows, anything like that, that's a simp.
It
That is
was
a
me
fucking
that
simp.
cheated, you
He's
guys.
a
It was me that
hoe.
cheated. I cheated on my ex-husband. I was married early. I cheated on him. I let him know that I cheated on him. He was the one who asked me for a divorce, and we got a divorce.
I just want to say I got a pretty good sense of discernment.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You might. But I really got to explain to y'all really quick, like the cheating thing though. Like why, like y'all think women are better. You're not. It's just easier. If a guy cheats, he has to take that girl out to fucking dinner. Unless it's a prostitute, he has to take that girl to fucking dinner. He has to do all this bullshit to fucking wine on and make that girl happy. He's gonna have to give some type of thing to make it happen. And then that girl who he cheats with, she's gonna have an emotional connection with him and try to fuck that relationship up with him and his wife more than likely, because she wants him. She wants that provision or whatever that other woman's having from him, like
That's
the
why
household and shit.
freedom is so important, because a lifetime is a long time to spend together, and you guys need to give each other that freedom to grow and just be who you are.
Are
Like,
you gonna
individually?
like are you always gonna be on like a poly relationship? You think, like, do you always want to like be in something where
I
it's
want
open?
him to choose me, and I want to choose him at the end of the day.
Would
I
you
want
be okay
that
with
to
him
be-
having open on his end and closed on your end?
Hell yeah, because that's what's going on right now. Is like we're just doing what we do, and we're trying to figure out.
Is it open on your end?
It's open on my end. It's open on his end.
Okay, so that's just full poly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a full poly thing, because we've been talking for 9 months. 9 months. I hope to live until I'm like 60 or 70 years old.
Ooh.
So like,
Right?
I gotta
Like, I'm
ask, like,
27
I gotta
years
ask,
old.
is it attractive to you that guy is a cuck? That he will literally keep fucking you after he knows you fucked another guy?
I love his fucking cooking. Okay? He is a great chef. And I love his motherfucking food.
Okay, so hey, that was a good one. I gotta ask this really quick. How many of y'all have a roster of guys right now? Because most of y'all are single. So for y'all single ones, who has like a roster of like 3 or 4 guys right now?
What do you consider a roster?
Whatever you consider a roster. I'm not going to define it until afterwards.
I wouldn't say I have one, no.
You don't think so?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
I don't have a roster.
Yep, I got one.
How many guys?
I don't even know.
Just come on, give me a number. Like 3, 4?
More than that.
No way.
Probably.
Look at
Be
her.
honest.
Yes
Probably.
way.
Probably.
Be honest
more
with
than
me.
3
Be
or 4
honest with
guys.
me. Be honest.
Yeah, because I'm an
works at a strip
entertainer.
club.
I
I
entertain
know.
men for a living.
I'm not. Hey, I'm not saying you're lying. I just want to know the true number. Like, would you say it's like 6?
No, I don't
Like,
even know. I
actual
don't
guys-
count them.
Another one.
like regularly talking to you. You can't say like maybe 7 or 8. Like, there's not like a good solid
Nope.
number.
I don't know.
You don't know? What do you
I don't
think?
No, I don't.
You have a roster?
Yeah, no, I do not
You
have
don't have a
time for that. No.
Okay. Do y'all think guys have rosters?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, and like when they have a roster, do you think they're like fucking like 4 or 5 girls? You know?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
like,
want to see their pictures.
see, like what I like to say is that women don't have rosters. So like y'all want to fuck one guy at a time. So like you saying all this stuff, like it's crazy. Like it's hard for me to believe, because women usually want to fuck one guy. They'll get dinners from another dude. They might get
Text.
flights flown out. Yeah, text from another guy.
Mhm.
Attention from another, like energy from another dude. Like phone calls, maybe. You know, like you have a different guy for all these different things. But I want to know, like, are you truly like fucking one, but then you have like a roster of like other guys for other bullshit, or is it like you're fucking like 3 or 4 guys?
I mean,
2.
I know
You're just
girls
fucking
who
2.
fuck multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
same.
Well, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just- I don't.
I definitely think you can get to a like she was saying earlier. Like you could definitely get to yourself. Like women can get to a point where sex means nothing to them.
Mhm.
You could definitely fuck to a point where sex is literally like shaking somebody's hand. You know, like it's
Mhm.
nothing. I'm not gonna say that's a good thing though. Let me check out that super chat really quick. $5 from Excel Cell. Thank you, Sergio. I hope you have holy water on those cups. You might need it. I know, dude. I'm definitely going to hell for this show. Jesus Christ.
He loves us all, bro.
It's
loves
okay. We're
us
all gonna go to ecstasy and we're gonna go see her
one seed.
next
It's
weekend, guys.
one seed of faith. As long as you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, okay,
she's gonna be wearing.
You are gonna be saved. He's running towards you, and it's about you mentally have to run towards Him. But everybody's in their own process. It takes everybody. It's everybody's testimony. Everybody's testimony is different. So you become saved and you become holy in your own time.
Do you really think though that like staying at the strip club, like you said, is it for money or
Unhealthy? And I hate it. Ask Kaylee because she picks me up every fucking night I work there.
That's how I fell in love with her. I picked her up and she had that was the angriest face I've ever seen in my life.
Why were you so mad? Was it a slow night?
She didn't want to go.
And it was a slow. More often than not, you guys, it is a fucking slow night. People don't
right
like
now, the
me. They don't like my
bad.
personality and shit. Like,
yeah, you
it
know,
is
like
what it
if
is.
you were super feminine, you make way more money. You know that, right?
They tell me that all the time. I'm super aggressive.
Test it out.
Yeah, no,
Test it.
out.
Fuck them. I am who I am. I always was. I always will be. I'm infinite. I'm limitless.
But
I've
just,
got
like,
3 more years in the game. Starve me out, motherfuckers.
How long
But
have
just
you
like
been
play
working
character.
there?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Have some fun with it.
Yeah, make
Put
it a
on a
character.
wig. I don't know.
Peaches Picante on IG. Go follow me. That's the
Follow
most
her.
characters you're gonna get. I'll throw a wig on and some makeup for
Okay.
yeah.
How long have you been working at Exley?
For like a year and a half now.
Oh, so you don't know Pole Assassin? She used to be badass.
I do know Pole Assassin and her monkey Gia, and she is badass as fuck.
Yeah, she's
okay,
cool.
I used to watch her. I was on stage and I used to just stop and fucking watch her, bro, because I was like, you can't compete with that. Like,
yeah, 4 or 5
but
years
you
ago, she was the
can.
goat. She was the goat 4 or 5
You
years ago.
can if you're superhuman and you push yourself. If you stop being lazy, and I'm a lazy bitch, but it's my
Do you
mentality.
think God wants you to stay on the pole? Come on, girl, get off.
I'm trying to find my
God
path.
loves her
Look,
anyways.
I'm telling you.
Thank you. I receive it, baby.
I'm telling you, like you're gonna find a really good guy that might be a really good provider, and you wouldn't even need the income from it. Like,
But what about a man who pushes me to be on the pole? What about a man who pushes me
it's a
for
red
that
flag.
success
It's
on
a
there?
it's a red flag. See, this is like the thing. The problem today is we have a lot of men, like I was telling y'all, that aren't good men. They're not real men, and they're encouraging women to go hoe around. They're encouraging women to do all types of shit, and they're like, oh yeah, I love that. Get the bag, girl. And it's just like, dude, those are simps, betas that are literally fucking up for everybody else. I like to say on the show, I don't really dislike women that much. I really dislike really shitty men. I've had a lot of really bad relationships with men, a lot of really shitty best friends that fucked me over, robbed me, all types of shit. So I think men are shitty just like y'all. I really do think they need to become better. So and y'all need to realize it too, that there's a lot of really shit on the bell curve. Like if you look at intelligence, there's a lot of guys that are really smart and a lot of guys that are really fucking dumb. And then there's in the middle, it's even. And on women, y'all have a lot of normal women, and then some that are really smart, and then some that are homeless and really stupid. But so guys are more extreme on the bell curve.
Hey,
We're more
question.
extreme on the top.
Where
or the
do
bottom.
I fall into the bell curve? In
You're
your
definitely
opinion?
on the top, girlfriend.
I have a
You're
question
definitely
too.
up there. Yeah.
So obviously we all see how you feel about women stripping and all that. Do you go to strip clubs, or how do you feel about men who go to strip clubs and sports bars and all that? Are those good men?
Really
I don't
quick,
go to
he
strip
knew
clubs
he
anymore.
knew a stripper that she knew from 5 years ago. So
Uh-huh.
yes.
Yes, no, I used to go to the strip club a lot. I want to say I used to be the biggest simp in the world, and that's why I'm
what
so
made you
against
stop?
simping, is because I know how bad it is for guys.
Okay.
And so yeah, no, I used to be that guy that was throwing hundreds
Because
at the strip
I
club.
had an
Yeah.
ex, and he liked to go to the sports bars, and I was like, I don't appreciate you going to pay and look at other women. He's like, it doesn't mean anything, and I was like, okay. I got real mad. I made a private Snapchat and posted a picture of myself, and he didn't like it. I said, it's the same thing if you don't like it.
It's very.
That's the spiteful shit.
Yeah,
That's the spiteful
yeah.
shit we
That's
were
You know what?
supposed to be
He
talking
stopped
about.
going. You know how many fights we had before that? But that's
See,
what made him
but the
stop.
problem is you just don't be in a relationship. So the problem is when women see red flags, they just keep dating them.
Yeah.
It's just oh, it's a red flag. Or the biggest issue is it's oh, I'm starting to see these signs of these red flags. I'm not even gonna ask about it. I'm just gonna fucking ignore it completely.
I feel
But
personally
Yeah,
it's like
it's
now
just
he
completely-
knows, and he stopped doing it, and
Yeah.
he's like, now that you did that, I understand. So we can help men be better, even if it's not for us.
So
Perspective.
I would
Yeah.
definitely say that when it comes to the strip club thing, if y'all have guys that give money, energy, attention, and time to other women in any way, shape, or form, you cut them off, because that means that your provisioning in the future is fucked. That means that like when y'all are having a family and kids, he's gonna be liking girls' pictures and he's gonna be commenting. He's gonna be sending a girl $10 fucking if she asks for it. Like you don't want somebody that's that type of person. So like, and the biggest thing is like I said, it's your resources. Like I actually give a really good analogy that I like to give. If y'all had to choose between a part-time pimp and a full-time simp, we're gonna say a guy that's full-time texting girls, liking pictures, commenting, sending $10 if she asks for it. Maybe even paying, helping a girl with her fucking light bill and shit. Would you rather be with that guy that does that constantly in the relationship, or the guy that might cheat once a year on a business trip? He goes to LA and he's just there for a night for a conference. He happens to meet a girl at the bar. They fuck, and he comes home, doesn't bring any diseases or anything, and you'll never know about it.
Yeah, I'm going pimp.
You go with the pimp?
I'm going pimp.
You're going pimp or
Well,
something?
if you don't know about it.
Neither? You have to pick one.
No, I don't.
No, okay. You know,
I've got a lot of growth to do, but I would always rather have a fucking simp than a pimp because my simp is paying me.
No. We're going to say that he's almost out of money now because he simped so hard for the other girls. You still want him?
How much is he giving me? Is he still giving me some money?
It's about to fall. It's about to run out regardless.
It's the fact that like you're sharing that wealth with all those other girls. You're cool with that?
Listen, because I have to
If you're
pay
cool with
the
that, then that's
pimp.
cool.
I have to pay the pimp.
Why do you have to pay? No, I'm not saying he's a legitimate pimp like that. We were just saying because he had sex
What's
with
the
another girl.
difference between a pimp and a simp?
I'm not. That's not. It's an
Okay,
analogy.
simp,
It's
simp.
an analogy. It was an analogy. Which one would you choose, the pimp or the simp?
Pimp for sure.
I'm gonna say neither.
If y'all
But-
had to pick, both of y'all got to pick.
If I had to pick, I would pick the pimp.
If you had to
Mainly
pick.
because I
You're
don't
like, I
I
can't
don't
do
know
this.
about it.
I guess I would go with the pimp, but that needs to be like a discussion beforehand. Like if you like want,
Just be honest with me if you're gonna do it.
yeah, like long distance is not fun.
He was just gone for one day. Like he just.
I don't
yeah,
wanna know.
one day. What's
I
what
don't
like?
wanna
what
Don't
is
tell
it?
me
He's doing
about
a
it.
con.
I
It's a
don't
business
either.
conference. Like he
God will
just went
tell
to
me
a
if I
bar.
need to
Like
know.
it just
Keep it
happened.
to yourself.
Yeah.
It just happened at the
Yeah,
bar.
I don't,
Like
I
he's
don't
just.
want to be
I don't
there.
know.
What?
Then I don't want to be there.
You
because
weren't there.
I know. Like I want to be the entertainment. Like I want.
Yeah.
I want to have fun with somebody. Like
Neither. Is
Because
where we're
because
getting
it's
at that.
Yeah.
so,
Neither.
I don't have to pick.
so is it the same when a man cheats and a woman cheats?
yes.
Okay. You were next on the question, right?
I would say neither, but
Neither.
yeah.
Okay. Wait, what was the question again? I can't
Pimp or
remember.
simp.
Oh yeah,
Pimp or
pimp or simp. So here's the thing, ladies. Y'all really prove usually that y'all really give a fuck about provisioning loyalty. Sexual loyalty is something that men are crazy about because we couldn't tell if the baby was ours for thousands of years. We just got that technology in the last like 60 years. So we really couldn't tell if the baby was ever ours. We really give a fuck about your sexual loyalty. Y'all really give a fuck about provisioning loyalty. Y'all don't like a guy that gives out his money, energy, attention, and time to a bunch of fucking bitches because that's going to fuck up your ability to take care of your family in the future. And y'all know that. Y'all know that he's bad at commitment then. He's bad at all types of money. He's bad at all that if he's simping that hard. So y'all really don't like guys that do that. And then let's go back to what you kind of said that, cheating is the same between men and women. Would you say it's the same?
I don't know. Yeah, that's hard.
What do you think?
No.
No? What do you think?
No,
It's not the same?
I don't think so. The act is the same, hell yeah. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
sex
the
is
question
sex,
again?
but
Right.
is it the same?
Okay, what's the question again?
Is sex is when a woman cheats and a man cheats, is it the same?
Yes.
It's the same? And you said yes?
I'm gonna go with
I'll
no.
say
You're
no.
gonna go with no?
I'm
How would
gonna
it
say
be
no.
different?
No?
I feel like
Yeah, go ahead. I want to hear y'all's explanations on
I
this.
feel like women cheat based on emotion. Men cheat physically. Like even if it's both sex, men will do it because they need that physical.
like a
but,
raw
but a
desire.
woman will probably have an emotional connection first. So it's like I don't want to say twice as bad, but it's like there's an extra layer to
You already checked out.
Yeah.
He cheats on me emotionally when he likes her picture, when he sends her a text, when he sends her some cash app. He is cheating on me
But
emotionally.
he's only doing that
just a
to
bunch of
get the
lust.
pussy.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
here's the difference though. That guy doing that, this is why I call those guys simps and I make fun of them really hard because how often does he like a girl's picture and then get pussy for it? Never. It's actually the dumbest thing ever for guys to like all these girls' pictures. These models that have 10,000 likes. Why the fuck would you like it too, you loser? Like, what the fuck is wrong with
She
you?
doesn't even know about it.
Yeah, she doesn't even know about you. It's really stupid. So, no, like the thing is, it's completely fucking different. Y'all all hit the nail on the head. Some of y'all that said this. When a woman cheats, it's emotional. You are already checked out before you even fucked the guy. You already were texting that dude, emotionally cheating, and then when you got, and that's why you think women project so hard, bro. The reason why you're like, oh, if he texted or he likes people, then he's mostly cheating. No, because if you did that, you definitely already started cheating. Because for you were already checked out of the relationship and you were already trying to fall for that guy. When a guy cheats, it's taking a piss. You literally go and do it, and you come back home and you love your wife and you love your kids and you provide for them and protect them the same as you did the day before. Women are not the fucking same. And so this is a huge issue today, because how many marriages, families, all type of shit falls apart because of cheating, and women being like, oh my God, I can't believe he cheated. He's such a horrible person. It's like, most guys don't even get sex really easily. So if he was the type where he was able to cheat, it's probably because he's a higher caliber guy, or he makes more money, or there's something going on that makes him good. Now, I'm never going to condone guys chasing women and simping super hard and shit. But if y'all have a really good guy who doesn't chase women, and a woman just throws herself at him one time and he might exercise the option once, I don't think that should ruin the family, like completely divorce and all this stuff, because he's still going to come and love you the same.
Yeah, but it's reciprocated energy. If I'm not doing it, then you don't do it.
Yeah,
like,
so
if you're doing it, then it's okay if I do it.
Okay, so when it comes to sex, though, men have 17 times testosterone of you, and that's directly tied to our horniness. Okay, so you can't even fathom what it feels like for a breeze to blow past my dick and I get a boner.
But
you
the
can't even
same
fathom
level
that.
Of loyalty, we got the same level of loyalty.
Look,
A
you might
lifetime
have
is a long
more
time.
testosterone, but we have the same respect and the same love and the same loyalty. So
Yeah.
if I'm giving you all that, I deserve it
I
back.
would
Lifetime is a long
I
time.
totally think that you can find exactly what you want, because what did I just say? Most men can't cheat if they wanted to.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
go ahead,
that's
go
gonna be
choose
hard.
one of those
Because
guys.
you
But
can't
how many
doesn't
women?
mean that
But
should
how
be
many
only
women
stopping you.
choose the guys that every other woman wants?
A lot of
Most women do
times.
that. Yeah.
I can honestly say for me though,
Wait.
cheating-
I
Go
want to
ahead.
wait. What was your question again, really
I
quick?
said just because you can't cheat doesn't mean that like you should want to. Like that.
Just because you can?
That shouldn't be the thing stopping you. Just because you can't do it. Just because you're
Yeah.
unable to.
Once again, I just want to go back. I just go back to evolutionary biology or evolutionary psychology on all this stuff. Y'all just gotta understand, we are hardwired this way. We are like smartphone done human. Okay, like we're still basically fucking monkeys. 99% chimpanzees. So a guy that like gets sexual urges or like does these type of things, like I said, I don't blame them, because I'm not gonna sit here and get mad at y'all for being hypergamous and wanting to have a provider and protector. Like, it's really dumb, because just don't choose those guys. But then you start really thinking about it, you're like, holy shit, but I'm hardwired to want to fuck that guy.
It comes
because
down
he's
to
so
vibe.
sexy.
It comes
And
down to a vibe, you guys. Power of attraction. Like, ultimately, I think that we love a lot of people over our lifetime. A lifetime is a long time to spend with one person. You know what I mean? And so it takes time to develop and grow with them, you know, and to really know their character, and like, are you going to grow together? Because people, we do grow apart, and like, you should not hold yourself in a toxic situation over like, I love and I respect you so much.
Well, I mean, we can definitely see that it's just not very open, though. Like, it's very closed on what is best for us. Like, the prescriptions from the Bible are pretty good. Like, if you look at the stats of churches and stuff like that, especially Christian families and stuff like that, there's a reason why they're the happiest. There's a reason why they're the most successful right now. It's a reason why their kids are being raised the best. Yeah, no.
Because are their
I'm not
kids
saying
still
every church. I'm not
Christians?
gonna say I'm not saying all churches either. And I don't think it's good to push your kids in the church either, like at all. The reason why I have such a good relationship with Christ is because I did it on my own without my parents telling me
Amen.
to. So I
Good choice.
definitely agree
Amen.
with y'all.
Yep.
But I don't know. It gets really, really complicated whenever you start talking about like the cheating thing, because a lot of y'all have like this blank slate idea that, you know, it's the same. Like, if a guy cheats, he must not love me anymore, because y'all know deep down y'all wouldn't love your man anymore if you did it.
So I gave him permission to go out and to
Exercise options.
Yes, exercise options, and I love
Then
that.
it's not
I love
cheating.
that expression. And so yes, that's why it is a poly, like, open relationship,
Yeah, and
so
he's a
that
cuck.
way he can explore.
It's about the
his
honesty.
variety.
That's
But-
what I was gonna say. Well, not even that I would give the okay, but cheating wouldn't be a make or break for me. I'd be able to get through the cheating.
I want to leave it open so it's not considered
Yeah, hell
cheating.
no.
Like, I want to explore myself. I want him
can't.
to
That's-
explore
that's-
himself.
you know? That's a good. You know, I think, and it kind of goes back to what, for me, I feel like a lot of my opinions are very super fucking biased because I was raised by my dad. My mom was absent.
They're not biased. They're based. Okay, they're
Based. Okay.
They're based in reality.
My
Good
mom
job.
was absent. So a lot of the shit that I observed came from a fucking man. And kind of like what he said, men are we're wired differently. And you know, I know, man, listen.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Did y'all know that did y'all know that single mother households produce the most felons, the most people incarcerated, the most trauma, depression. Like single mother households produce all these things, and single father households are actually incredible. It's the same. They're the exact same. A two-parent household is the exact same statistics as a single father household. So yeah, you probably end up pretty good because you had a father in your life that told you a lot of stuff and kept it real with you at all times. He always kept it real with you.
He 100% very cutthroat, very blunt,
Yeah,
very fucking blunt.
I also want to say, ladies, like even for like I have a daughter, like I don't want to sit here and tell her that like guys are horrible and gonna cheat on you and all this stuff, but it's just living in reality. It's just being base. It's just understanding that like at the end of the day, all men might cheat or all men do cheat, maybe. So would you rather cry in the Hyundai or the Bentley? And it's just like, just get the fucking ring. That's all I'm gonna tell my daughter. Just get the fucking ring. Because you get no leverage. You get no leverage if you don't get the ring. If you get a high value guy, you need to get the ring, and then you can divorce and take whatever the fuck you want after that.
She is so lucky to have you in her life as a present father, okay? Because my father did some horrendous things to my mother, which I don't feel is appropriate to bring up at this time. But because of those things, bro, we are a broken family. And could you imagine being married to something like that? No. You know what I mean? Like, no. Freedom. You keep your freedom, and it's a vibe. Where do you feel like you can be the best self that you can be, baby girl? You take the lessons that your mom and your dad are giving you. You take the best of those and you apply them to yourself.
Somebody give this girl a hug, please.
No facts.
Do you need
I love you guys. We're all
her and I talk about
let's
this.
take a group hug. I was like, let's all take a group hug.
I just really like when you say stuff like this, it just makes me feel so bad for you. Like I really can't believe that like you've gone through stuff that makes you this bitter. And like
I hated people. I'm loving people now. I hated fucking
I know, but like even marriage, like I'm not gonna sit here and say marriage is the greatest thing in the world right now, because it's not. But like finding somebody that you can spend the rest of your life with, just like somebody that you can be with regardless of marriage, and like having a kid with them and stuff like that, man. And like even if it turns into marriage, like let it happen. Like how many guys y'all know straight up? There's a bunch of dudes that would love to fucking marry. Yeah, this is a really beautiful panel. I know that y'all all have guys that would probably want to marry y'all. They might be simp, beta, cuck, losers, whatever the fuck. But that shows you that there are guys out there that want to marry you. So like just put yourself in a better environment, put yourself in different situations, so the next guy that tries to come and marry you is a whole different type of guy, because he came from a whole different environment, a whole different place. Like I don't know. I want y'all. I do this show because I want to see women get married and have kids one day. Like I truly want that, man. Like it's really sad. Like everything that you're saying, it really hurts me, because just like you deserve so much better than this. Like I feel so bad for you.
You know what, Sergio? You are a freaking great person, and what sold me on you, because you've asked me to be on this podcast a couple times, okay? And I was like, my job is more important. Is this paid, right? But when you told me that you give women free advice, you charge men for advice, and then you told me it's about relationships. You mentioned you'd been in a 3-year relationship, and you're a great person, bro. I was like, I want to be a part of this. And I feel so thankful because I am receiving a lot from this.
I want you to come multiple times. I want you to bring all your girlfriends from work too, so I can convert all of y'all.
And if we could, ladies, can we be friends?
Come back.
Yeah,
can we be friends in the strip club? That's a whole nother topic, because Haley, how many times do I tell you these bitches be trying to fight me?
They're not your friends in the strip club. You just there to go to work and go home.
Some crazy shit happens in nowhere.
You just go to work and go home. That's it.
And you want me to bring my friends from where?
Haley ain't said shit. She ain't want nothing to do with that.
Look, it's just that club. There are lots of clubs that I like. That one is just like not my place.
It's the best one. What you mean?
Well, it's the biggest one. It is the best one in DFW.
Yeah.
You might get shot when you're leaving at 6 a.m., but you good. It's no big deal, guys.
But you know what? It's all love, bro. And like we said, respect is earned. Like I said, respect is earned, and it's levels. Different levels, different devils, and you got to make it through those levels to make it. Yeah. And you got to bust out of hell from somewhere.
Yeah, that actually made me think of something pretty good. I want to know, do y'all think ego is earned, or do you like, is ego something you need to earn?
You got to explain what
I know.
Yeah,
I don't think
let me change it up. Let me change it up a little bit. Do y'all think that women? No. What's the easiest way to get?
I got a big ego.
Oh no, I'm trying to think of how to ask this, Donnie. Do you know what I'm trying to ask?
You love my big ego.
No.
Like-
So here, I'll put it this way. Is a woman's ego earned or given to her?
That's-
I think
Born
you're
with
born with
it.
it. Well,
Yep.
I will say, like, ego meaning what? Like self-confidence type?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, because like my whole
Like you
life.
see a lot of women that are super egotistic. Do you think that they earned it?
How would
I'm
you
not saying
earn
you
it?
personally, but you've seen women that are 20,
I
21,
mean-
22. They're super egotistic. Do they earn it?
I don't think so. No.
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 Mm-mm.
What do you
It's
think?
given to her.
It's given to her. What do you think?
Mhm.
Born with it. What do you think?
Built.
Built.
I like
You
built.
think it built
Yeah,
it?
I don't think she earned it.
Yeah. So usually because y'all have all y'all's value up front, y'all got to understand y'all are self-made millionaires at 18, 19 years old because of your beauty. I can't go get on a yacht at 19, 20 years old, but y'all can.
I mean, if it was a gay boy yacht, you probably could. I'm just saying.
You really think that
I'm
gay people would
just
see
saying.
me and be
Nigga,
like,
you
what an
gay.
attractive
Well,
guy?
we're going
Yes.
off of a sexual thing when you bring up the yacht thing, right?
Yeah.
You're like, flash your titties, you'll get on a yacht. Flash your dick to the right crowd, you'll probably
You
get
don't
on a yacht.
have to. You don't
Sergio.
even. You don't even have to
Expansion
flash your
force, I'm
titties
just
to get.
saying.
You don't even have to flash your titties
But
to
it's
get on the
a
yacht.
sexual
Though.
thing,
But
right?
you gotta do.
Is that what you're alluding to? That it's a sexual reason?
No,
to be on
it's
a
a
yacht?
youth thing. So like women, the reason why I'm bringing this up
It's
is because
sexuality.
no. It has nothing to youth. Youth is everything to men because
of
that's
sexuality.
no. Let me explain to you.
Okay.
There's multiple points to why youth is such a big deal to a guy because y'all's eggs start falling off. Okay, it's geriatric pregnancy at 35.
Sexual.
No,
Sorry, the last
this
two
is it's you're making it sexual, but it's really about what men really care about, which is having a legacy, having children, having a family, and a healthy, good family too. At that, so that's why we've always been with.
But do you think
the
that-
same men don't want the girls that are in bikinis on yachts, right, to have their babies?
Right.
What do you mean?
Like
This whole thing has been about like you like keep your legs closed,
Mhm.
be a traditional woman, and you're gonna get the right kind of man and all that.
Do you
right?
think
That's the
most
kind
women
of
are going
man-
and doing the yacht stuff? That's
No,
only an
I didn't bring
exception.
up the yacht stuff.
I know. I'm
it's
just saying that's a small amount. I'm saying most 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old girls aren't doing that stuff.
Sure. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. But that's off the topic. It's cool.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, no, I,
We're all.
You're
at
not
the end
going
of the
down
days,
where
we're
I'm
all
going down
hoes
in
in
a-
some ways.
I'm really trying to figure out like what you're saying.
It's like a double conundrum. Like,
What is it? A double standard? Guess what? There's a lot of double standards in reality. Like
Do
that's
you want
reality.
to impregnate her because she is in a bikini, or would you rather impregnate
No,
a
I guess
woman
no, that's
in
why-
one piece?
What
Look,
you're saying
okay.
is like you're saying that we could go to Miami and we could get on a yacht by using our young, sexual, pretty bodies.
Yes, using
Because
your
they
youth.
want a
Yes.
baby.
Because they want a baby.
But then
No,
they don't.
They're
want
attracted to you.
So, okay, so this way I got to remember. Like I'm trying to remember the technical term for this. There's short. Well, like there's another technical term for this, but there's short-term mating strategies and there's long-term mating strategies. Okay, so when I first saw my girlfriend, I'm not gonna say reveal where I met, but like when I first saw her there, it wasn't my first reaction was, oh, I can't wait to wife that and have
Fuck
babies
her.
with her. It was, I can't wait to tap that ass.
Mhm.
Okay, so man, I wish there's a scientific term for this. I can't remember it, but so because of that. It's too like we're not thinking about that. We're just thinking about just the immediate sex, okay?
Right.
So like that doesn't register in somebody's head. Like everything that you're saying, like it's not like we can have sex with that girl and then never be in a relationship with her. Like it doesn't mean anything. It's two completely different strategies. I'm not gonna sit there and make her my long-term strategy just because I fucked her because I was happy about the short-term moment.
Sure.
Like guys do this very well. Y'all, the reason why you're thinking like this because y'all really do want to lock a guy
No,
down.
I'm
usually
not
when you have
thinking
sex
like
with
this. I'm trying to like you're saying one thing and then saying another thing. So I was just saying that. Like,
Okay.
I love
because
Tara.
You're putting one opinion out there and you're putting one,
Contradictory.
them.
It
Well, no,
was
like
very
so I've definitely heard
it was
exactly what
very
you said.
contradictory.
I've heard exactly what you said. I wish I Excel. Rolo talks about this all the time. I wish I could fucking think of the word. It starts with a C. But like whenever you got to understand though, there's just two completely different strategies. Like y'all.
I do understand.
Yeah, no.
I
So
do.
here
I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna
that
give you
were
another
kinda
example.
double
I'm gonna give you
talking
another
yourself.
example though. Okay,
Yeah.
so like whenever guys have sex with a girl, what y'all don't realize because we lie so much is we have two different categories for you. We have relationship or marriage material, and then we
Fuck.
have fuck only.
no,
Okay.
yeah.
Same with
So-
guys.
I know that.
I have the same thing with guys.
I would argue that a guy that you have
Better
sex
not
with,
be
you
lying
probably
to
would like
me.
it to be serious if you could have it.
He
serious.
omits some
Not all the
information,
time.
maybe.
If
But
he's a
he better
brokey?
not be
Not all of
lying.
them.
Not if
No,
he's a brokey.
it's not even about that. Like honest to God, money, yeah, there's a factor when it comes to like, do I want to marry that person? But I'm not even in a position where I even think about that I want to marry somebody.
Mhm.
Mainly, and don't feel bad for me, nobody, because I'm good with myself. But I don't think I'm worthy of committing to somebody like that, or somebody committing to me like that.
Would be a beautiful wife.
It's
though.
cool. That's
I
awesome.
can see, like, in your future.
But I know all the
see
bad
it.
shit about me. Does that make sense? You see all this great stuff. You're
Mentality.
seeing what I want you to see, but like I know all my bad shit and I know all my good shit.
Don't be
I
so
know-
hard on yourself.
Sure, whatever. I know
She's taking accountability. Like, it
I
might
have
be a good thing.
I
that
have a
she
lot of
accepts
good
it.
I'm not
to
gonna
bring,
mess up a
but
good
I
man.
also know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Love and
that
appreciate
somebody
those
doesn't
good
deserve
qualities.
to be involved in.
Yeah,
You know
love
what I
and
mean?
No, I
appreciate
respect
those
Here, one mic.
qualities.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, what did
Maybe
you
there's
ask?
somebody there, but maybe there won't be. You know, and that's cool.
Someone should find that fun.
Here, I want to ask really quick. Who uses dating apps here?
I met my ex on one, the one that I was with for 3 years, and then I got on it recently. Did not like the types of people that were on it, and I deleted them.
What do you? Would you like dating apps?
No.
No. You
I
on dating
had
apps?
like years ago in the past.
Dating apps? You using them?
Nope. Catfish.
No.
Yeah. No.
No. Yeah. Well, good thing that you're kind of avoiding. Y'all need to stay off of dating apps more than anything. That's the thing
Yeah.
that will run your body up really quick. And there's no connection to you and that guy. So if y'all ever meet a guy on a dating app, he's just gonna fuck you and dump you because there's no reason to take it seriously. There's no like bad thing that's gonna happen if I just do that to you because nobody else knows us, so it doesn't matter. Whereas when we used to date only in communities, when we used to only date people within like a friend group, a peer group, or something like that, you don't fuck those people over because you know that they're gonna go and tell their friends, and then everybody's gonna know you're a hoe.
They're also your friends.
Yeah, so like the internet and online dating really made like this giant hoe like thing happen where nobody gives a fuck about sex anymore just because of like
Absolutely.
there's no connection. Like why the fuck would you give? I actually preach very hard for y'all to only date in real life, and same to guys. Y'all should never fucking try to date somebody like from the internet.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah, but at the same time, I've had some people tell me they've had amazing relationships from online, so I know that you can find something really good. To close it out tonight, ladies, I just want to know. Well, I'll ask this really quick for like one of the last questions. What really makes you mad about the dating landscape right now, or something about men that really makes you mad? I really want to like dig deep if there's any misandrous tendencies, like something that like something that bitter happened in the past, or like how guys are. I really want to like peel the layer back and figure out, maybe we can figure out like why that happened to you, and then like remove that trauma from happening, I guess, or like whatever happened. So then you can kind of accept why that guy did that instead of being like, why are men like this? Men suck, Is there anything like that?
I will say with this relationship that I just got out of for a while, I think that, we talked about getting married, all this stuff, our family, like we were close with each other's families. We didn't like as a dating app, so like I still am friends with some of the people that he introduced me to. I don't think he's still connected to anybody in my life, but it's because I went and joined his. But even though I was still trying to make it work, he had checked out, but didn't tell me he was checked out, and so he kept me there until he found somebody else. And so, he didn't like cheat, but he had that person ready in line before he broke it off with me.
Yeah.
So
I'll explain that to you though. So like the reason why he did that is because, like I was saying, most guys can't get sex easily. And so if say y'all would have broken up and he would have had nothing, it's really scary being alone as a guy. So some guys, they try really hard to monkey branch because they can't even fathom being alone. Like they're very scared of that, going back to that feeling of not having nothing again, not having a girl at all. So like, I think women monkey branch more because it's easy, more because it's like, oh, we broke up and I already have 30 DMs, so I'll just choose one of these guys. Oh, he's a good guy, I'm on monkey branch to him. Like, or is I'll be in. That's why sometimes women will get into a relationship, just 2-3 weeks after their breakup, whatever. It's really easy for y'all to do it. It's very hard for guys to do that. When a guy breaks up, when y'all break up, he's gonna be alone for 6 months. Minimum, probably maybe a year, because he's probably doesn't get it that easily, like most men do, the average guy. So that's why he monkey branched. I'm not saying that it was a good thing for him to do or anything like that, but at least you can accept in your head why he kind of did it.
I don't respect it if you can't like be alone with yourself.
I'm not saying that like
for,
I'm not
like,
saying that you should respect it. One of the big things I talk about, and you'll learn this if y'all ever go to counseling for relationships. The number one thing you need to understand is understanding. Like you have to be able to understand other people. Like instead of being mad and be like, man, he's such a fucking loser, or whatever. Like I can't respect him. It's just like, just understand he's a loser. No, be understanding. He couldn't get pussy if he really like. It would be really hard for him to get pussy, so he had to sit there and monkey branch to somebody else because otherwise he would have been a very sad little man for a long time. Yeah. But yeah, just understand he's a loser probably.
Well, he lied about it. But the other thing is like he would like still hitting me up, and I didn't know he had a girlfriend. And then he told me, and I was like, hey, it's not appropriate for you to be calling me at 2 a.m. if you have a girlfriend. I'm your ex. Like, if I was dating a guy and they were calling their ex at 2 a.m., I wouldn't put up with that.
That's why these red flag, boom, you stop them, you cut them off, you block them, you never talk to them again. Because these are like, come on, this is what's happening all the time today. What about you? Is there anything that's pissed you off about guys lately, or any bad stuff that's happened?
I think
Want an explanation?
love bombing a little bit.
Oh, the love
Like-
bonding to the breadcrumbing. This is my favorite tactic.
Yeah,
it
it's
works
like,
great.
Yeah, but I mean, luckily I recognize it. But I have friends and stuff that they're just soaked up in this. He loves me. He loves me. He loves me. And I'm like, but you guys have known each other for a month.
Is it the narcissistic love bombing or is it the simp love bombing? Because there's two completely different ones.
Either of them is like what?
Well, the narcissistic love bombing is really sad because usually that's like the Chad, like the Tyrone, like the guy that's like that puts it down really good, and then like he'll love bomb her really hard, and then he breadcrumbs her and like makes her go crazy for him. And then like there's the other one where it's just he's just a super simp. Like he's love bombing because he's just wanting, he's doing whatever he can to make her not leave. Like, please, I'll love you so much. I'll eat your pussy. I'll do whatever the fuck.
It's basically the full-time love bomber versus the part-time love bomber.
Well, the part-time love bomber isn't, he's doing it manipulative. Like, it's all manipulation. It's all, I'm going to make her fucking fall hard as fuck for me, and then I'm going to breadcrumb the living shit out of her. Yeah. And that's a very normal thing. Like, today that happens I have tons of friends who do, like, the love bombing breadcrumb trick.
Yeah, because I don't like it.
Because you can make a woman go crazy. Like, you can make her fucking be, like, Bonnie and Clyde, like, do whatever it takes to, like, be with you. Like, we'll kill someone for you. You can make a woman go crazy doing that shit.
I mean, with all my friends, I'm just like, recognize it. Recognize.
You do it back, it works too.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, toss it to him, but know where you stand.
No, I would just say if it's the narcissistic tiger guys, they need to fucking run for the hills because it's gonna fuck their head up really bad.
I think either or, honestly. If you are being love bombed, they are gonna give you all the love that you want, and they're gonna show you what you want, and then the second that you are in there and you are committed, done.
Well, no, I would say, like, if he's like a good guy love bombing you really good, that's a good thing. I mean, he's probably a little bit emotional and kind of like weird in that way.
Then, like, what, 2 years in, all of a sudden he's not showing you the same love that he was in the beginning?
Nah, I really think that there's some genuine guys that like show really good love throughout the relationship because like it's the whole respect love cycle that I was talking about. Most guys are really good at loving their
But that's not love bombing.
Huh?
That's not love bombing if you continue to show the love throughout the relationship.
Oh, okay. Well,
love bombing is,
by definition.
I'm going to show you all of the love that you want to see, and then the second that I have you, I'm pulling back all that love.
Well, then that's just straight narcissistic then, if it's that way then. Yeah, no, we got to avoid those guys. What do you think? Is there any type of guy that's like pissed you off lately, or you're just like, why the fuck did that guy do that?
No.
No?
No, to be honest, I don't do too much dating, and I think one of like my best attributes and my worst attributes is that I'm super understanding. Like, if a nigga, my bad, y'all. If a man,
you could say whatever you want.
When a man, like, when people fuck up, not even in dating, but we're talking about dating, but when a dude fuck up or when he did do something, again, I'm not dating, so I don't really have any complaints, but I'm the type of person where I'm like, I understand why you did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you understand the understanding thing a lot. If we go to couples counseling or anything like that, you hear that word understanding about 80 times a fucking session.
Right.
What did you think? Or what's a guy? Have you ever had a guy, do anything like that? Is there anything about men that kind of you just want to know why they do that shit?
Okay, so we can go into the past, and yes, I have had a narcissistic relationship that did turn abusive. We were both physically violent towards each other, and it did start out with love bombing, okay? And it was the first couple months, got everything I wanted, didn't have to do shit, and then he turned into, like, calling me out of my name, like, mentally abusive, and then physically abusive. And so currently it's about trust. It's very, very hard to trust somebody else.
So trust on how to build these trust issues back. I hope that you're able to build them back over time, because that's you can't not trust men today because you need protectors. What about you? Is there anything about men or just dating in general, anything that's happened recently, you're just like, why do guys do that? Like, what's going on with this shit?
I think, like, every time that I've clocked out of a relationship, not necessarily like given up or anything like that, but where I realize that it's not going to get better is when someone asks me to give up a piece of myself, and I'm not necessarily like an angel or anything. Like, I have hobbies that I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up like joy in my life. It doesn't necessarily like mean like it's nothing bad. I just feel unappreciated. Once I feel like unappreciated for who I am, I don't really have any rules or any boundaries or anything. Like, I'm down for anything.
Yeah.
So once that's like crushing, that's probably my problem.
Yeah.
But I'm out.
Yeah. So it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier about the devotion thing. Like love is devotion. When I coach men, one of the biggest things I have to coach them, and this makes a lot of women mad, but I have to tell them to go for women under a certain age. And the reason why is because after a certain point, whether it's too many bad relationships or it's devotion to their job and money, you will not have a woman love you the way that you want to be loved as a guy. So when you do those things and you're choosing your hobbies or you're choosing, all that stuff, it's just sometimes going to stop you from having that burning genuine desire, as we like to call it. And like if you like, and that's fine, you can still have good relationships. Like I'm not saying that you're not going to have a great relationship with a guy that y'all both respect your hobbies and do all types of stuff. Lots of normal people out here. But if you want a guy that's like a valuable guy in any way or anything like that, you are stepping into his frame. Say like you got off work and you're tired or something like that, and he wants you to come over and watch a movie, and y'all are gonna cook dinner together and then like watch a movie together and stuff. And you're like, no, I'm tired. I'm just gonna take a bath tonight and relax and stuff. If he's that guy, I just would encourage you to don't don't sit there and be selfish about what you want to do, or like say like you want to go do your hobby or something like that. No, if he's that guy, just respect him and go spend that time with him. Like just go and do it. Like don't be so devoted to these things that aren't truly going to make you happy in your future. Like don't get me wrong. Is it fun right now? Is it pleasurable right now? Is it a good hobby or you have a good friend group from it or whatever? Yes, I'm sure you do. But we're not looking to the future at all today. Like another thing that I talk about a lot is like 401ks, IRAs, HSAs. You know how few of my fucking friends are saving money right now from their jobs? And you know that we're going to need to save $21,000 a year for us to have the $6 million that our generation's going to need to retire in 30 years with? How many people are saving $20,000 a year in their tax deferred accounts? Fucking like
I don't
no
make
one.
enough to save that
No,
much.
no, but yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Or you don't even make enough. Yeah, so nobody is looking to the future right now. If our parents retire right now, they need like 1.5 to $2 million. When we retire, the inflation and shit, it's gonna be even worse. And so we need to look towards the future, just like how I need to look towards my financial future, and men need to look more towards their financial future. You need to think about in 20, 30 years, are those hobbies, are those things that you're devoting yourself to, is that really gonna make you happy? And like, don't get me wrong, like it might make you happy, but I still think there's something that might make you more happy. And if that guy comes around, just be prepared to devote yourself to him. Just try it.
Usually, like people that appreciate those things from my past experience, people that are like, wow, that is beautiful about you as an individual, and don't have a problem with like anything I do, and where I actually feel appreciated. Like you say, like you tell guys not to date, over a certain age.
Mhm.
I typically like guys that are like twice my age.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because we're biologically wired for that. Just like how I'm biologically wired to want a younger woman to have more healthy, fertile or healthy children. Like there's like, yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I'm just telling you, you really just y'all have this idea in your head that you can have your cake and eat it too. And that's just not true. That is society, that is feminism, that's all this bullshit feeding this to you. And like you're like the honest truth is you're gonna have to take sacrifices for you to truly be happy in your future.
So
Just
are
like
men,
how I
though.
have to take sacrifices right now for me to be happy in my future.
Men think the same way. They want their cake and eat it too.
How?
They want a marriage, but they want to go sleep around still.
Would you say that a man's ego, is it earned or is it given to him? Exactly. So because of that, he's going to exercise his options. He had to work years to get to that point. I'll give you all a really good analogy. It's called the candy store analogy. So imagine there's a candy store, okay, and there's like all these guys waiting outside. They don't get into the candy store until they turn 32. And then all these women, they get in the candy store right as soon as they turn 18, they get in the candy store. All right. So all these guys, we're watching in the windows, we're looking inside the candy store, and we're waiting in line to get in. And we see the girls having a great time eating all the candy. We see our homies who hit 32, and then they go in there and they start splurging, eating everything up. We're like, let's go, bro. Get in there, eat that shit up. Go, bro. Have fun. And everything's good. And then it's finally our turn, or it's my turn to get into there. And then the women look at me like, why are you eating all this fucking candy? I waited fucking a decade. I waited 15 years to get into this candy store. Y'all got in there at 18. Why the fuck are you trying to tell us to stop fucking splurging when y'all were doing the same shit? Not all of y'all, but some of y'all were doing the same fucking shit.
To be honest, with the candy store, that's something that has to do with like how driven are you for the success? How driven are you, and what are you willing to do to get in the candy store? Because they let people skip the line, baby. They let people skip
The
the
only
line.
guys that skip the
Men
line are
too.
like basketball players, football players. Like we're talking very high status like individuals are the ones that skip the line and start getting candy at an early age or something like that. Most guys, 90% of guys, are not getting their value until they're way older.
What can you do to become high value? What can you do?
As a guy, you have to provide value to other men. That or other businesses or other things in the world, build things, create things. That's what men have to do.
And that's about your ambition. That's about your drive.
Yeah, and a lot of that, but I'm just saying, we really don't get our value until we're 30, 35. Unless you're a fucking trust fund baby or some stupid shit, or you're a football player, basketball player, you really don't get your value as a guy.
Men and women work hard, because I've been in the strip game since I was 18. I'm 27 years old, still there, not retired, not making $5,000 a night.
Damn. Well, yeah, I
For
mean,
real.
Well, because you live more in the moment when you work in jobs like that.
And I'm aggressive.
Yeah. But no, but I want
to come on.
I want to go back to like the ego thing though, really quick. So guys really do earn their egos. Okay, so like back to what we were saying, that's why it's that way. It's because we earned it. Okay, women really didn't earn it. So if a guy is getting to the point where he's exercising options and all this stuff, it's because he worked really hard to get to that fucking point. It wasn't given to him. For you, what is something about men? Anything that you're just like, what the fuck is this shit? Anything from the other show, like a stat or anything that you're like, I didn't like what you said on that last show, because I know you watched some.
It's gonna open up a whole can of worms, honestly, and I really have to go to the bathroom. So,
Me too.
Oh my god. Well, honestly, the thing that I think that you've said that is probably the one that I don't agree with all. Okay, I agree with what you're saying, but I don't agree with
It feels weird right here when I say it.
Yeah, it's okay. Whenever you talk about the trauma, right? You say men don't want to have
the trauma.
babies with women who have a lot of trauma, because that trauma goes right into your baby.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, but that trauma is not up to us most of the time.
I'm not blaming y'all. I'm just saying, if I worked my ass off to get to 30, 35 and I became a high value guy, started multiple businesses,
do you
separated
not have
myself.
trauma that also goes into that child?
So yeah, okay. So I'll bring it back. It's actually a really good point to actually bring up. So trauma for men makes them stronger, makes them better. We love a guy with scars. We love a guy who was in the trenches and made it up. We love men that have gone through the worst shit and then survive and then fully take over the world after that.
That's a great point.
We love that. But a woman with trauma, it's the opposite. And there's something called mate guarding. I protect my girl. I protect my daughter. I mate guard them, because if trauma happens to a woman at a young age, it is horrible. It causes hypersexuality. It causes all types of issues. Okay. So because of that, we are supposed to protect y'all as much as physically possible. Okay. Trauma will just completely fuck your life up fully. Okay. So if we establish that trauma is different for men and women, you can start to picture why it is that way, right?
There's also different levels of trauma too, though, right? Because there's not just, okay, we have a sexual trauma that's very black and white right there, but there's a lot of emotional trauma too that's going to affect you and how you are and how you grow up and how you act towards people. Like, think of a person like growing up from Missouri, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whose parents are extremely Christian or just extremely biblical, and maybe eventually she realizes, hey, I'm bisexual. You know what I mean? Like, but she could never tell her parents that, ever. That's a certain type of trauma that she's gotten from her parents. Now, that's a trauma.
Yeah. No. So women are emotional and men are logical. Okay. So when y'all go through trauma because you're so emotional, it's a very emotional trauma. When a guy goes through trauma, I'm not saying that he can't have. I have BPD, guys. Like, I actually have a personality disorder, so I completely understand this stuff very well. A guy can't have trauma. Sometimes guys do need to go to therapy and stuff like that. But for the most part, most of them are just depressed. They need to go to the fucking gym. They need to go do these different things. We're two completely different things. So once again, if I'm a successful guy, or I'm going to go back to like what I was talking about, I'm a super successful guy. My last name means a lot because I've worked up to a certain point. All my ancestors for thousands of years have gone to this point to where I'm at today, right now. Okay. I really give a fuck about who's going to have my kid then. Yeah. I really give a fuck about that. So I won't choose the woman that's 30 years old with trauma, because that goes into my children.
But everybody has trauma.
No. So, yeah. Okay. Let me go back to it. So the guy, genetics for guys, because I just have one sperm that connects to the egg, okay? So this is like, we just saw Al Pacino the other day had a kid at like 82 or something like that. Now, we'll see how the kid comes out in like 5 to 10, 20 years or whatever. But for the most part, these guys having kids later on, when a woman has a baby at 45, 50, it's the elasticity of your body, your ability to bend and move, and because y'all are building that fucking child inside of you. So that's why it's hard. But a guy can have a baby at 60, 70 or whatever, and say like he's taking TRT, he goes to the gym, he eats nothing but healthy food. His genetics are borderline perfect, okay?
So
going
is a
into that
healthy
woman, even at a
45 woman.
60-year-old, huh?
So is a healthy 45-year-old woman.
No, it's not. Our body's
women,
not.
I've had
Our body's not
clients
elastic, and it's
that have had healthy babies. They're older women.
I'm not
and
saying
they have
that
had
it's
healthy children.
That's great. There's exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, there's a reason why guys have always wanted younger, more fertile women, and it's also just about being nurturing too. Like, you think a woman is nurturing after working for a decade, or like fucking sitting there and like sleeping around for years, or like
I think I would be a great mother. Do I think that I'm worthy of being a mom? No. But do I think I would be a great mom? Yes. And am I devoted to my work? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm a fucking hard ass.
I think y'all all have it inside of you to be amazing mothers, but could you be better mothers if you went through less trauma? Maybe.
Yeah. How do we prevent
I'm just saying maybe.
How
I'm not
do we
saying for sure.
prevent world suffering? How do we stop world suffering?
You gotta end the cycle.
It's how the dollar. It all goes back. It all goes back to free market. It all goes back to free market. Like, everything is based around the free market. And here's the sad truth of reality: the free market is a double-edged sword. We need it, but it also destroys at the same time. But it's going to push us also to the moon, literally to Mars. It's going to push us out of the universe because we're going to be able to have the money and technology to go do these type of things. Free market is the answer, but it's also the thing that fucks everything up. Yeah.
I also want to shout out PHP because we were talking about 401ks, IRAs, Roth IRAs, life insurance, long-term care, annuities, and minor
PHP.
death settlement. You've heard of them.
I know a lot about PHP.
Okay. So, but you know what? I would encourage you guys to get with a financial services company. Start doing your mutual funds and
Hit
stuff.
me up and I'll send y'all to my guy.
Dave Ramsey.
Don't
Okay.
fuck with him.
I did join underneath Janae Trailer. She's part of the 3W organization with PHP Agency. And yes,
I will
do
say it's a
believe
good
in it.
hustle, guys. And if you need sales skills, you need to go learn shit like that, honestly.
Yeah,
and most of y'all need
the
to.
system.
And here's the deal, Pickle. If y'all don't learn fucking sales skills right now or AI skills, you are fucked. And I'll go ahead and bring this up on the show. I'm trying to keep this a secret from the internet, but I'll go ahead and bring it up. Guys, my mentorship coach, or my mentorship now, is open to men and women, okay? The reason why we are opening up to men and women is because we know that if women learn AI, they can be more complementary to their men. And I've realized I had a lot of women asking me why I haven't started doing dating services for women. So we opened up the mentorship for women as well now, for the ones that do want to pay to learn some shit. But yeah, guys, that's the first time I'm announcing that we're doing co-ed now. We're the first mentorship that's actually a co-ed mentorship in the space. Most people aren't doing that shit. Last question, guys. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, really quick. What did you like the show? Would you come back? And was there anything that resonated with you?
Yeah, I liked it. I'd come back. I think just, I don't know, hearing so many opinions, like differing and agreeing, and then like the reasons for it is helpful to me. I'm always trying to learn, do better, grow my mind. So.
Everybody needs to check out Dr. David Buss's book, Evolution of Desire. He's literally the leader in all this shit when it comes to learning about human nature, like how we actually are. Y'all all need to check out his books. What about you?
I liked it. I would definitely come back. I learned a lot perspective. I mean, I have a brother, so I've heard a lot of this already. But
I'm sure he's been on some Andrew Tate shit, right?
I mean, he's just smart. He's just too smart. But hearing other women's from their perspective is what I liked a lot.
Okay. No, good. What about you?
I loved it. I'd definitely come back. I'm the name. What was his name again?
Dr. David Buss.
I was about to say that's what resonated with me. We didn't really talk about it on the show, but the statistics side.
Yeah. We didn't even bring up a lot of stats today, but yeah.
It made me want to go home and read.
No, seriously.
Look up some
seriously,
shit.
check it out.
Yeah.
What did you think? And would you come back? And what resonated?
Love it. I will come back.
Thank you so much.
So many facts. The male leadership, the female camaraderie. You know what I mean? I did take a lot from it, and I feel like I could heal. Like, I feel like it was part of my healing journey.
I love that.
No, I really, really, really hope you come back, and I really, really hope, like, with a lot of the girls that come on my show, sometimes I talk to them months or weeks later or something, and I really hope that you tell me some good news, like you tell me like you're doing better, like something, or you met a good guy or something. I really hope that. I wish the best for you. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I really, really wish the fucking best for you, and I can't wait for you to come back so we can talk more about it. What about you? Did you like the show? Would you come back? And anything resident? Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, I would come back sometime if I had time. I didn't realize I didn't watch any of the podcasts beforehand besides like a couple of clips on Instagram.
Mhm.
So I wasn't like quite sure what was going on, but after like an hour realizing that you're actually like a raging feminist, I really appreciate
I'm a
that.
raging feminist?
Yeah, that's what I would call you.
Why? Explain. I'm just confused.
Well, I mean, before the show, you said that you have like little sisters. Like you made that pretty clear.
I
Like,
have 4 sisters, yeah.
Yeah, that's important.
You think I'm a raging feminist though?
Yeah,
I hate feminism. So, but I do believe there's like a 5th wave feminism, okay? And
Why
like
do you care so much?
so like
about-
actual feminism, like, you know, pushed women into the workforce, you know, like did a lot of things that kind of fucked the world up. So like for the most part, if you hear in this space, we hate feminism. But there's this girl though that's going viral right now, and she calls it the 5th wave feminism, and that's that women are going to come back to understanding their true nature and wanting to be mothers and wanting to like, you know, be more feminine and stuff like that. And I really believe in her. I really believe that that's the 5th wave of feminism. I hope that's true. I hope it happens. I hope all the women push for this like whole different thing, because I really don't like how the world's set up right now, honestly. But yeah, would you come back?
Yeah, I'd come back.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so of course I would come back. I mean, the drive kind of will make it work.
I appreciate anybody that drove from far. I really appreciate
yeah,
y'all.
Addison. But so no, I actually think that this is probably a show that if I had just listened to it, I never would have agreed to come on. Because I just feel like I probably have opinions that would have gotten shit on, if that makes sense, right? But you've given me some perspective on some things that I never would have thought about before, so for that I definitely do appreciate.
No, I really appreciate y'all.
One thing that you didn't say on this one was you asked whose nut is more important.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll ask really quick. Which nut's more important, the guy or the girls?
I don't know.
What do you think?
50-50.
50-50. Oh my god.
I don't know.
What do you think?
I'm getting mine first.
You and yours first?
No comment.
So of course I want mine, but I mean,
You know, it doesn't matter to create life, right?
Yeah.
It does not matter to create life, guys. So in
Honey,
reality,
if you want me to give you life
But
in
his-
our life,
but
I
him-
need mine.
but
We
him
need life
getting
together.
off, but the male getting off is the only reason you have the baby.
yeah,
We're in
it's
20.
technically,
That's
it's technically
crazy.
not needed.
Honey.
Yeah, it's technically not needed at all. Now, would I say that you can have better relationships when you give women orgasms, or is she more likely to maybe come back? Yes, but that's kind of simpish. Why are you jumping
She
through
will
hoops,
love
dude?
on you a whole lot different when she
I
gets
know.
yours.
No,
Instead
I mean,
of
I definitely
9
think
months
the female,
of pregnancy, painful as
the
fuck.
female orgasm
get
is
my
important,
nut.
and it is important for a healthy relationship through and through. I will always believe that.
Yeah.
But if you were thinking like strictly from a nature science perspective, yes, the male nut is more important.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
it sucks, man. It's
Yeah,
just the
it
truth.
sucks, but yeah.
Yeah, if any facts bother y'all tonight, just remember, don't shoot the messenger. I was just giving y'all the fucking info. I didn't do
Love
any.
the facts.
Dr. David Buss did all of it. It wasn't me, man. It was some other
Love
dude.
the
Some
facts.
old dude with white hair. But yeah, thank y'all, chat, for coming. Thank you, all y'all ladies. This was a really beautiful, awesome panel. I know y'all got pee. But yeah, chat, we will see y'all on tomorrow. I got a fire show with Phil. I cannot wait for that. But yeah, thank you, Donnie. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Peace the fuck out.
What? Toodaloo, motherfucker.